Okay. Okay, go. All right. Good evening, dear listeners. Welcome to All Hail Unicron, episode 66. I don't think this is episode 66. I don't think
it is.
So. I think we were at 69 at one point. We were at 5,000 at another point. I guess. We'll call it 666. This is episode 666 because I just want to jump ahead for the benefit. The title of this episode is Justin Gets Stem Cells, and I don't get the reference. I guess we'll figure that out. I am Robert Detolf. I'm your host for this evening, and I have here with me my partner in crime, Richard Preorder, the ultimate nerd. Say hello.
Hello.
Rich. There he is.
Hello, Rich.
It's just the two of us. Justin's getting stem cells. He's got penis enlargement procedure going on and fertility treatment. You'd think it's for sperm production, but it's actually to make him create ovaries. I don't understand it. But he's doing that. He wants a bigger penis and ovaries, to each their own. Oscar, he's still in a Venezuelan prison for being a mule for the cartel in Colombia. They found 60 kilos of cocaine stuffed up his asshole. It wasn't even in his colon. I think he did it for pleasure. But we're hoping to get him out. And that's it. It's just us two. But I think two is good. Two is a good number as long as you don't step in it. And we'll just get started. We'll get started with episode 666. Did anybody get anything? Rich.
Thank you for asking. So I got the New Age Wind Charger and Tailgate 2-pack.
Nice.
It's a great little set. I think they're fantastic. I was really impressed with the transformation and everything. Really like them.
Is that a recent release?
Oh, yeah. I just got it Thursday or Friday.
See, I don't know if I ordered that. See, instinctually, what I do right now, because I don't recall, I would go on and order it. And then I'll go to the office. And then I haven't been to the office in 10, 12 days. And there'll be a pile of boxes. And from random people in America, which means it's show Z, because you open the box. And then on the inside is the black corners. Right. You know? And I'll have two already. And then I'm like, fuck. And then a week later, I'll get the one I ordered today. So I just got to sit back. All right. So you got the Wind Charger and Tailgate. And you said they're good?
They're really nice. I really like them a lot.
Very nice.
Very nice. I also got the New Age Sea Spray and whatever that GoBot repaint is that he comes with.
Yikes. People like that, though, huh?
Yeah. I will say he's got mold changes to him. Like the propellers and the little engines are different.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah. And I'm late to the punch on that one. I think you guys all got yours, or
I don't
Justin
know.
Got his a while ago.
I don't
yours
understand.
Is probably sitting in your pile, right?
I'm afraid to order it.
Yeah. And then
instead of FOMO, I have foot. I have foot.
Fear of
ordering twice. I have foot. Fear of ordering twice.
You have foot.
I do.
That's hilarious.
Three of those. I have three fucking quick strikes.
Oh yeah, that's fear of ordering thrice.
Thrice. Yep.
See, if we didn't already have an episode title, there you go.
That's called fear of ordering thrice, or fear of ordering triple. We could have said triple, but you said thrice because you're sophisticated.
I had my pinky out when I said thrice.
What else did you get?
So the exciting thing that I got, working with a couple of friends, my friend Ryan and my friend Jim, we bought a bunch of documents from.
Wait, is this the same Ryan as Oscar plays video games with? In Florida?
No, I don't believe they did meet in Florida. Ryan was at my table at TFCon. Maybe.
So Jim and Ryan, and what did they do?
So the three of us were talking. Really, it was my friend Ryan was doing all the actual talking to Larry Houston. Larry Houston is well known for being a G1, an original G1 Transformers storyboard artist, but also the thing that people probably know him more for, or that he's bigger for, is he was director and producer of the 90s X-Men cartoon.
Really? Is he involved in the new one?
Yes, he's producer. I believe producer, maybe director on the new X-Men 97.
Oh, wow.
Which that show is fantastic, by the way. I'm really liking it more and more every episode.
Did the new one come out? Wait, when did they release?
Today, actually. We're recording on Wednesday for all the
Oh.
listeners out there. Yeah, so every Wednesday today, I think, starts the 3-episode finale for the season.
Yeah, the only issue I really have with it, and I don't really recall, the first set from the 90s. It's just, and I guess it must be in line with it. I'm used to the Marvel, the MCU pacing, story development pacing, and it's different. This is just like, boom, new character, boom, big shit, boom, stupid episode, boom, big character, boom, big shit, boom, mom, your eyes, boom, everyone dies, boom. It's just like, it's just very fast, and like the story is just move along extremely quick. And I guess I do appreciate that, but it is kind of like a more childlike attention level to the story. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It is kind of refreshing given the present climate and the rest of the storytelling techniques and approaches. So you met this dude.
Yeah.
He was Mr. X-Men in the 90s, and he's X-Men 97 now. You met him, and what'd you do to him? Well,
I didn't meet him, but I
Jim and
would
Ryan
like
met
to
him at the meat swap.
But I will say this one thing about X-Men 97 and X-Men real quick, on what you just said. I agree. It's very fast. It doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't act like you're a average person that's watching an MCU movie or an X-Men live action movie. It's just, here you go. This is a character you should already know. You should already know who this is. This is somebody you should already know. Look, they're showing up. Here's Mr. Sinister. Here he is. I will say this. It does match the old show, and I know that because I just rewatched a couple episodes.
You're such a super nerd.
Well, so somebody, I don't remember who, maybe it was Larry Houston. I don't know. Somebody that's working on X-Men 97 posted, and it's been all over social media. They said, before you watch the 3-part finale, they are encouraging people to go back to season 4 on Disney Plus and watch One Man's Worth. It's a 2-part episode, but apparently it ties in with what's going to happen in the 3-part finale. So I just watched those 2 episodes.
Was it cable?
It's gotta be cable. It's not actually, but it does involve time travel.
Of course, because Gambit's coming back.
I kind of
gonna be the same. Gambit's coming back.
I kind of hope he doesn't. I kind of hope he doesn't, but I kind of do.
Of course he's gonna come back though.
I mean, it is the way of comic book stuff, right?
Although it would be cool if he comes back, has his like Omega level,
Yeah.
Omega level Gambit. That would be cool.
So you're caught up, right?
Yeah, I didn't watch today's.
Okay, but so you saw Storm.
Yeah,
she's back.
I'm gonna fight an owl in a cave and get my powers back because you are a liar.
Yeah. I need to go find an owl to beat up so I can get a black suit
lying
in hours.
To myself this whole time. I don't know. I know it is, it does tie significantly to the comics and everything, but it's just, I wish Storm was a badass without her powers. She was a leader without her powers still. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And I wish they had more of that for a little while. Like, just give me some of that, and then give her powers back. She's just too whiny and weak without them, which bothered me. I don't know. Anyway, go on. So am I caught up? Yes, I'm caught up.
No, I was just going to say, so obviously they like kind of beefed up Storm. So maybe they will do that with Gambit, what you're saying with the Omega power and everything. But
I really hope so. I mean, he blew up a whole fucking Godzilla Sentinel.
Oh, yeah. Which was great. That was a great episode. That's why I kind of hope they don't bring him back, at least not so soon, but we'll see.
I know, but they waited a whole 4 episodes to bring Xavier back from the dead.
That's true.
It's like, come on. Magneto's not going to come back as a leader. So his entire time as a leader was condensed to just a few episodes. And that's it. He's not going to come back as a leader, as a
It's
good
all
guy.
short-lived.
That's it. He's now going to come back as, fuck you, Charles. I was right all this time. The good way sucks.
Yeah,
fuck this.
That would all track very, very
They
well
touched
with
me.
everything.
They touched me in places. Fuck this. So yes, anyway, I'm all caught up.
They touched me in the magnet.
They touched my Magnus. Do you remember?
So anyway,
do you remember the old SCU days when we sold magnets, refrigerator magnets?
Oh my god! I literally just pulled one of those out. I bought.
You have one.
I
you
bought
have an ultra magnet.
It's like an 8.5 by 11 magnet.
Yes, that was the title of the episode, Ultra Magnets.
Yeah. And I have that, and I have a glass. I have a pint glass.
I wasn't officially on the show at that time. I was just more of a filler. And I remember the Ultra Magnets episode. I believe I was on because somebody couldn't be on. And I was in my bedroom at the time. I remember it. I remember the episode. I remember recording it. And I just remember the 8.5 by 11 magnets, and it was just like Spinal Tap. It's just a total Spinal Tap episode. It's God.
So funny. I literally just like 2 days ago was going through stuff, and I was like, what is in this? For some reason, I have it in a manila folder, or maybe that's what it came in. And I opened this, and it's this giant magnet. I was like, oh, yeah.
Ultra
I could cover my entire fridge with this.
I don't know. If I was crazy enough, speaking of which, I've always wanted to buy Bobby a refrigerator door, with the Han Solo, the carbonite Han Solo refrigerator door. They have those.
They do? Really?
Yes.
That's kind of a sweet idea, actually. I didn't even know those existed.
I'm not going to spend that much money. That's crazy. I'd rather spend that much money on something that's not worth it. I would rather spend my money on something where he's going to be like, why did you spend this much money on this fucking stupid thing? Anyway, so go on. I'm caught up on the X-Men.
No, that was just the whole Storm thing with, maybe they will do that with Gambit. So Larry Houston, he's got a bunch of old documents in storage from shows he worked on, and I guess other shows he didn't work on. And I don't remember how the post was noticed or came up, but we started talking, and Larry had a bunch of old Transformer documents, and a G.I. Joe document from the Dick stuff, the second series. He was selling
stuff.
Yeah, the second series was the first series
of Dick stuff.
was yeah, it's an unfortunate name. It's the Canadian company, DIC. Deke is how it always I thought was pronounced, but it's the Dick stuff.
Dick Wolf.
Dick Wolf.
Okay, so there's Dick stuff.
So
he has a lot of Dick stuff.
He has a lot of Dick stuff. So he was selling a bunch of this stuff, and basically the story is these aren't storyboards and stuff that he directly worked on, but when he was at various companies,
he stole them when he got fired.
Well, they were throwing him out. He said they were throwing him out, and he just was like, well, if you're throwing them out, I'm keeping them. I'm going to take them or whatever. And I guess they were fine with that. So he's just had these things in storage for 35, 40 years. And he's pulling things out. I guess he did sell a bunch of his X-Men stuff, which of course it's hot right now because of X-Men 97. So,
how much was he selling stuff for? The Dick stuff.
It was all kind of various.
He was whipping out the Dick stuff.
He has the big
pulling
Dick
out
stuff.
the Dick stuff, and he was selling
He's got the
at
little
the con.
Dick stuff.
How much?
He wasn't selling it at a con. He was just at a con. He was just selling this, like he was posting, and I don't know what all the stuff sold for.
Give me an example.
So I bought, and the way it kind of worked was we my friends and I, like, two separate deals. We kind of negotiated, like, here's what he's got. Do we want all this or some of it? And it turns out we decided to get all of it that he had left. He sold a bunch to other people. So my friend and I, we got
When it comes to dick stuff,
two,
you'll take all the dick stuff you can get.
as many at the same time as possible. We got 2 storyboards. One was missing some pages, so incomplete. The other one was complete. So what I got out of that part was I have the storyboard for The Secret of Omega Supreme.
Right.
That's
that's
one
the
where
episode where he fought that weird space bird.
well, he fights a weird space bird, and he was friends with the Constructicons back on some planet. He was
Cybertron. It wasn't Cybertron.
I can't. Maybe it was, but he was
Cybertron.
he was the guardian robot of some colony, and he was friends with the Constructicons.
Okay, I need to go back and watch this stuff. This is crazy.
Yeah, the colony gets attacked and burned, and then he hates the Constructicons, and it's the episode that like he sits down and like
Prime
with Prime, and Prime's like, "Can you just talk normal for once?"
And like, but the scale. I was actually really happy to see that scale. And that's like, I was like, oh, he's just like a big guy next to Prime.
Yeah.
But he's not a giant,
He's not like Metroplex. He's just like a big guy, like a combiner.
But because he left half his ass over on Earth, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay.
So I got the storyboard for that. And what's cool about that is it's not shared yet. It's not on the Sunbow Marvel Archive yet. It will be. Because I'm going to scan it and everything. And then I got just a stack.
Where would our listeners find the Sunbow Marvel Archive?
That is a darn good question. You know what? I'm going to put it in the show notes. How about that?
Good idea. And is that what you, Jim, and Ryan are involved with?
So we are not the owner of the archive. The owner of the archive is a gentleman by the name of Simon. But we are just fans who try to help contribute when we can. So we keep an eye out for things like this. If we go to conventions, sometimes we find fun stuff. For example, I went to a convention with Samantha Newark.
I know her.
Yeah, she was Jem from Jem and the Holograms. Super nice. But she happened to have
the voice of the female Snork.
Was she? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
I just made that up.
Oh.
She was the gummy bear grandma, though.
Was she?
I just made that up, too.
I'll never believe in anything you say anymore.
No, seriously, no, she was strawberry shortcake. She was.
I might have to fact check that.
I'm making that up as well. I made that up.
See, everything in thrice. See, that could have been the episode title too.
It comes in thrices, especially when it's about dick stuff. Okay.
Maybe Justin's just getting 3 stem cells.
Stem cells.
But she just happened to have her, because the voice actors would just usually get what's called a dialogue script. So it's just the dialogue. It doesn't have any of the pan over to Omega sitting with Prime. It doesn't have any of that crap in it. It's just character name, line. And she had copies of them that she was selling from Bot. If you remember that episode, that's one where the kids create that big fat round robot. It doesn't transform or anything. It's just a big dumb robot.
Wow, I need to go back and watch this fucking G1.
And she and the robot like turns evil or whatever. Anyway, but she had scribbled notes in her copy of the dialogue script. And I mean, it's nothing like mind bending what she scribbled in there, but she did write some notes and some doodles, and so every once in a while you find something like that that's it's cool, but it's not like mind blowing. All the dialogue scripts are available.
Right. It's not Benjamin Franklin, designing.
Yeah,
exactly. Designing sunglasses or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God! This copy of the King James Bible with Benjamin Franklin designing the first vibrator. Holy shit!
You just got to hook it up to a key and a kite.
Why is Grandma running around with a kite?
How is she holding it without her hands?
She's not using any hands.
Oh boy. But that's not Grandma. That's Benjamin Franklin in drag.
Well, they all look like they were in drag back in the day, if you ask me.
That's true. They all had the wigs.
So you got some cool shit.
Yeah. So the other thing I got was just a stack. It's with the GI Joe stuff. It's 700 or so models, character models.
Are these hard copies or digital files?
No, these are hard copies. These are files that were used, passed around at the, production copies, they would be called, I guess, where it's
passed around Dick stuff.
Passed around Dick stuff.
So these are
that's just the Joe stuff. All the other stuff, the bulk of it is all Marvel Sunbow from Transformers.
Wow, that's so cool.
The one book I got is normal character models. It's like, here's Optimus Prime from the front, back, side. Here's Omega Supreme, same. So there's a ton of those, the Dinobots.
Dude, that's so cool. I mean, what's your plan to do with the hard copy stuff that you own?
So I'm for the one that's the main characters.
Hey, listen, all I gotta say is cats can't pee on walls that are like high in the air, so you can frame this stuff. You don't gotta worry about it.
You could frame individuals for sure.
Yeah, come on.
The storyboard, I mean, so the main character models are on 8.5 by 11.
Dude,
the others are all on legal size.
Right, but character models? You've got character model drawings?
Well, it's a copy. It's not the like hand-drawn, pencil inked. I don't know where those are at. But okay. I'll send some pics, some more pics in chat so you can see them. But the storyboard, I'm definitely going to keep. The main character models, I'm debating handing over to somebody to auction for charity.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Why would you do that?
So the main character models are pretty commonplace right now, or I should say in general. Like, so Jim, it's Jim Sorensen, the author. So he wrote the ARC books that have the character models from G1. Okay. Now the other stuff.
So you're going to auction off something completely worthless. That's what you're saying.
Well, I mean, it's a production copy. It's like this was.
I've never heard of auctioning something. I mean, you're saying you're going to auction it, and the proceeds you receive, you will then donate to charity.
Well,
that's a lot of work.
I'm not going to do it. I would probably hand it off. Like, so TFCon every year at Toronto in their Canadian show, they do a charity auction. I don't remember the charity, but it's some charity in Canada. And you just hand stuff over to them, and they do an auction. Whatever they collect, they give it to charity.
Lord knows food banks need some fucking support up there. Groceries are insane in Canada right now. It's serious.
Groceries are getting bad here too.
Have you seen the price of food in Canada? It's insane. Like Costco.
No, I haven't actually.
Woo! It's insane. It's you should just Google it, YouTube it. There's so many videos of people going shopping, being like, "What the fuck?" Like people rely on food banks so much now.
That's crazy. I didn't know it was that bad in Canada.
Ooh, it's absurd. Yeah, just YouTube it. All right.
So I'm debating doing that, but the other stuff, the GI Joe stuff is I don't know, it's 120 sheets or something. The Transformers stuff, the other stuff, it's 500 or 600 character models, and they're considered like incidentals. As Bobby Skullface would say, that thing from that episode, where it's literally like the girl who loved Power Glide, Astoria.
You need to email Keith and be like, dude, I got character models for all the incidentals. I'll sell them to you, because Keith loves that shit. The accessories, that thing from that episode. Oh man, you'd make a killing. That's what I would do. I'm like, yo, Keith, I got your accessories, bro.
I mean, that's exactly the kind of stuff they do, right?
Oh yeah.
With
All right.
third party mouthpiece.
We gotta move it along, Rich.
We do.
Gotta move it
Okay.
along. You got a ton of nerd shit.
That's all I got this week. What did you get, Robert?
Oh, nothing Transformers related.
Uh-oh.
I finalized payment on a sofa that's being delivered tomorrow. That was a $6,800 purchase today. So the total was $11, almost $12,000 for a fucking sofa bed.
Oh my God.
Hopefully it's worth it.
Oh, but it does transform into a bed?
It transforms into a bed.
So
because I have like 1,000 square foot, 1-bedroom apartment with 5 people living in it. Me and my wife sleep on a sofa bed. And, we had an American leather, and I wake up with dead arms. It's horrible. And you take the mattress pad off and you look at the mattress and it looks like fucking homeless people have been shitting all over it for 5 years. That's why we haven't gotten rid of it, because we're too embarrassed to get rid of it. And we finally found somebody who knows how to take apart these sofa beds from this company, and they'll cart it away, because I didn't want to leave it on my curb because I was so embarrassed. That's my level of embarrassment. So I got a new sofa bed coming tomorrow. No, haven't. I mean, I think I have stacks of boxes at the office, but I haven't been there. So that's that. Yeah, haven't gotten anything. So we could just jump right into the show.
Let's do it.
Well, Justin got stem cells from Nicaragua. Hopefully his penis will grow and he will develop ovaries. All right. Movie and show news. Guardians of the Transformers 1 trailer drops. We've seen the trailer. Everybody's seen the trailer. I think it's a mixed bag of reaction. I think a lot of G1 fans have kind of rebelled, and they're not happy with the lighthearted, popcorn, movie, style movie that we're seeing. But a lot of other people are thinking it's a fun romp and they dig it. What do you think,
Yeah.
Rich?
So it'll be okay. It's not what I was hoping. A lot of people, I think, were hoping for, the Cybertron scenes from the Bumblebee movie to be made into a full-length movie, and this feels like somebody said, hey, put some radio hits from the 80s in it and make it like a fun buddy action Transformer movie.
Yeah, I think it is obviously written for the younger audience, and that's fine. But the issue I have, and I haven't seen the movie obviously, but I feel like it, based on the trailer, it lacks emotional depth. And you can they have an opportunity to reel in an entire generation of fans with some heavy hitting emotions, relationships, told in a story directed towards the youth, but it could still be heavy in its own right, just like the movie was to us.
That's very fair. Yeah.
And based on the trailer, I don't see that. And that's what I think may be lacking. But in all fairness, we haven't seen much. Who knows what turns Megatron? That might be that point of how they go from, buddies, buddy movie to something more serious. We don't see that in the trailer. All we see is Megatron finding a giant Tarn mask and then welding a Decepticon, symbol to himself. So maybe there is something serious in there. I hope it's not something like simplistic, some like overused trope. I
have a bad feeling it will be, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. I do feel like it's just going to be something cookie cutter, which would suck.
I do too. They could do it like a Toy Story, where there is some hard emotion in there that's real, that you feel, but it's also a kids movie, and it's fun and it's light in many parts, but it has a pretty solid story. But I feel like you're right. I feel like it's going to be.
It wouldn't be light to the kids. It would be serious to the kids. It would be tailored to them and would reel them in. Yeah. But it would require some real good writing. So I don't see that in the trailer, and I hope we get it. I don't know how I feel about how they're making Bumblebee be more like Hot Rod, just in his personality. They're kind of melding the two. He's just a little like, he's way more of a warrior than he really is. He's way more reckless than Bumblebee really is. It's like Bumble Rod. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but that's okay. It just give me the writing, give me the story, please tell me you got some good writing going on. But I don't think we will. Obviously, I think what's going to happen, Bumblebee being a fucking idiot, it's going to be the cat. Something stupid he does probably contributes to the catalyst causing the rift between Prime and Megatron. It's got to be. Maybe Optimus has to choose. Megatron and Optimus have to choose between Bumblebee's life and something else serious. Megatron goes one way, Prime goes towards saving his friend. That's probably what happens. Which might not be bad. I don't know.
It depends on how they do it, but yeah,
we know it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. That's the point. We all know it's gonna suck. We're all just having faith in something that doesn't exist. Sound familiar? All right. Let's move it along. Third party. DNA Design reveals their Legacy Animated Optimus Prime add-on kits. What do you think, Rich?
I think this looks good. I think this is a really nice add-on kit. I don't have this figure, but I do like how it fills in the trailer part. It kind of builds into a trailer, which Optimus did have in the animated cartoon.
Pretty clean, man.
It is. And the combined or super mode with the wings and the hammer, that all looks very nice. I think this is very well done. Oh, no. This is DNA Designs. Yeah.
This looks official. This looks really good. I mean, if this is your bag, you can't go wrong here.
DNA does some really nice work with the upgrade kits.
They've been around, All right. Dr. Wu reveals out the tiny a-hole. What?
Yeah. Dr. Wu reveals out the tiny asshole.
Okay, Dr. Wu reveals out the tiny a-hole. I thought he meant he's revealing something out of his tiny a-hole.
It's a little turtle head poking out. Little prairie dog.
All right, reveals. Little Bumblebee we got.
Yeah, Bumblebee and repaints. Dr. Wu seems to be, I guess people love these little sub-legend or micro size.
They are,
I don't know what you call them.
We got a Cyclonus.
I mean, they look good.
It's probably better than It's better than a Magic Square, I'll tell you that. That is the worst Magic Square release ever. There's Cyclonus.
I have that Cyclonus, unfortunately.
It's shit. All right. Overkill and Slugfest. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, so these, I have some of their other little cassettes, and these are actually scaled for the current Soundwave, the mainline, the like War for Cybertron Soundwave.
Really?
So
really?
They're little tiny guys, yeah.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah, I like those.
Broadside. Mechanic Studio, Mechanic Toy, Dr. Wu.
Yeah, those guys are all related somehow. And
yeah, they're related because they're all fucking Kronos. This is Kronos.
Oh,
Daka Toys.
Daka Toys, yeah.
This is
Daka Toys.
This is Daka. Oh, wow. Yuck. That I don't know what that I don't even know what I'm looking at with the wings. That looks like a bad airplane that a kid folds up that can't even fly.
Yeah, the jet mode.
That's
the jet mode's pretty rough.
That's like a kid just laying on the ground. Just like, I can fly. And then the carrier's like, don't look below me. I'm a box. Oh boy.
I can't float. I'm not displacing any water with this shape, but don't look at it.
All right. Oh, look at that. He's big. He's a big fella. He's 2 inches tall. That's a
But
good
hey,
looking robot.
he's a grower, not a shower. Okay.
I predict we're going to see another version of this figure released by a different, like relatively new third-party company, because that's Daka's style. He will design something and sell it to multiple places at different stages of the design. All right.
Does he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he'll blackmail people and then steal his own designs and sell them, and that's why Papa Toys and Mechanic Studios have like hot rods or Rodimuses that are kind of similar but not. It's because it's the same designer, and he fucking blackmailed people, whatever. All right, new MMC Protectobot. Nope, just another repaint. Let's see, what's this? Oh, come on. This is a girl?
The face is weird to me.
Navigant? It's a they. It's a they. I'm sorry.
Is it?
I don't know. I love how to have him look up. You gotta fucking rip his head off his chest. That's funny. At least it looks like that. Yeah, it looks like you gotta rip his head up.
Yeah, that little flap.
Who's buying this?
I guess this is more of the toy look than the first one.
Who cares? I mean, if you're gonna do that, okay, the toy fans, people loyal to the actual toys and the toy repaints, save it for a set, and then they would love that even more because it'll come in one big box with little windows. Like, do that. Like, you can tweak their little toy nipples. You don't need to release it ad hoc. That's my opinion.
Boy, is that look at the alt mode. Is that door supposed to be different color, or is it just a really bad, we had to paint the door because it's got window on it so it doesn't match?
Whoa.
Or is it supposed to be like off color? Let me see.
That's weird. All right, well, I'm gonna go hit the head really quick while I look that up. Give me a minute, Rich. You might have to pause. I don't know if you can pause the call.
I don't know if we can pause this.
All right, don't even fuck with it. Just talk out loud.
Okay. I'm looking up this toy. I'll look at this toy while you take a leak. Let's see. Yeah, I guess the G1 toy does have a silver door. Okay. Thanks, Mandela, for screwing that memory up for me. I didn't remember this at all. So there you go. He is very toy accurate, even with his weird door color. Does he have the spoiler? Let's see. And he does. Okay. So I guess if you're a big toy fan of Defensor or the toy look in general, I guess MMC is kind of pulling an X-Transbots here and doing I guess X-Transbots calls it the youth version. So I guess this is kind of their youth version look, the alternate. Navigant alternate. Toy version streetwise with, that toy head looks weird to me. I guess I'm just used to the cartoon head, but. You like it? You like it. Good for you. You're getting a toy version of the Protectobots from MMC. Robert is peeing all over your hopes and dreams right now. Maybe he can still hear us. Maybe. Just maybe. Oh, you get two toy heads. You get a screaming toy head. I gotta look at the toy head more. Let's see.
How'd you do that, Rich?
Well, I found out that the door is accurate.
That's stupid.
The door on the G1 toy was silver for
that's not silver.
Some reason.
But that's not silver.
If you look at the combined mode pick where they show him in the leg mode, it's silver.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It looks white.
Yeah, no, there's a side shot where it looks silver.
But the side shot, yeah, I think it's just like.
Oh, that's so stupid. All right.
Yeah.
Dumb. All right. Robert's
Not a
favorite
fan.
combiner company strikes again. Who's my favorite? Is it Kang Toys?
Oh no, it's better than that.
Dreamstar. Ooh. Oh yes. Oh my God. Dreamstar's doing a Devastator.
Oh yes, I can't wait for you to get this. And
Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare to transform. I love how the combine mode's crotch is like Alpha Trion. Do you see that?
It's like Bay versus Alpha Trion.
She's like, oh, I got sucked into this demon. Save me.
Yeah, this. Oh, actually, I guess that's also. I can't tell if that's supposed to be.
Oh, might be
Prowl?
might be Wheeljack. Movie versus Wheeljack.
Oh, the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they've got a Prowl in here too.
Where?
I didn't call that out. If you look at the group shot, actually, there's an individual pic of him too.
Oh shit. Oh dude.
So the group shot.
Dude.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
That's
6, 7, 8.
No, it's 7. 8.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What,
It's
got
8
a roller
if you
in there?
count Prowl. Yeah. I
Is
don't
it
know.
roller?
I don't know what they're doing with this. It looks like
What I-
it's 8 figures and
What
Prowl
I love is
one.
how none of the bots look like their characters.
Yeah, this is
The only one recognizable is Prowl.
and even he's odd. The only reason you can really recognize him is the head crest, the wings, the door wings, and the two.
That's Prowl. That's
missiles.
Prowl. And his
It
lower
is,
legs.
yeah, I
Kind
guess
of,
his lower legs. The chest
Kind-
looks weird.
if he's on his tippy toes.
Oh, look at the individual shot of Prowl. His face is like squeezed inside his helmet. It's a tiny little face inside a giant helmet.
He's cold. Oh, I love that. Oh my God.
And this looks to be MP scale. I guess they're doing the IDW Prowlistator thing. But if you don't like that, is Prowl required for the full Devastator? Or
I hope it's all silver too.
oh my God.
I hope these are final colors. Oh, I have to send this to Bubby right away. Hold on. Where do I share this? Let me just copy this URL. And then let me go into I gotta send this to Bobby. He's gonna be so mad. Oh, I have to send this to Bobby.
When you send it to him, you have to say, I'm getting this, and I'm having it shipped direct to you to review.
Rich wants me.
Me?
Tell
This is why Bobby hates me, because you always start shit with
getting
Bobby and me.
this and sending it to you to review.
Hold on, I gotta send Bobby a message too.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Again?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
1 second.
Oh man. All right. So this looks to be, I don't know, an 8. It's G1, I'll say inspired, but it's definitely a new take on Devastator. I guess in the same vein as their aerial bots. But it's 8 figures, one of which looks to be Prowl. And we have a reveal of 6 of the figures with 3 grayed out or blacked out. So I'm not sure what to think about this thing. Not for me. All for Robert. Robert's probably going to order 2 of each. Yeah, I don't know about these things. I'm sure the quality will be amazing. Just like the aerial bots.
I love how you are you're so nervous to be alone. You just can't stop talking. It's pretty funny.
I don't know what to do but to fill time except blank space because
you should talk about your storyboards. Be like, my first storyboard, I have Optimus Prime. He's in
I'm
front
gonna
view,
color them
side
all
view,
in with
rear view.
I'm gonna color them all in with crayons.
Basketball. You should totally ruin them. Just color them all in like it's a coloring book. Oh my God, and call it Rich Rich pre-orders Ultimate Nerd Coloring Book.
Color them way out of the lines like a little kid
Yeah.
would. Not
And then
like real nice and neat.
Bring them to every convention you go to get the original voice actor to sign his page.
Be like, what is this crap?
And you're like, oh, this is
I
the original.
Sign
I bought this. This is the original storyboard. I colored it. Can you sign it? All right. This Devastator is, see, I mean, I hope they learned their lesson, and it doesn't look like they did. Because the Silver Bolt, I mean, I'm nervous. Mine's, Bobby broke one. Luckily, my foot, worked out in my favor. I have another one, but he couldn't get it transformed. He couldn't finish the job. So, but then again, he doesn't rely on anyone else's videos to assist him in transforming a figure. I will. But I hope it's not a complete nightmare, because this will look beautiful next to their Superion.
Yeah, I will say that. I will say that, like, if you had this and the Kang Toys Predaking and the Dreamstar Superion all together, I think it would look cool as like a, I don't know, alternate universe version of them.
I mean, Rich, this is like a thumb in the eye to everyone. 99% of the collectors who want toon accuracy. And I love it. I want to support them. I feel like this is one of the only companies out there who are saying, fuck toon accuracy. We're going super stylized. Kang Toys, Dreamstar. Who else is there? Who else MP is going super stylized?
Well, why don't you just move on to the next news topic and
you got me excited. I'm excited, Rich. All right.
I'm gonna be so excited.
Another third-party Devastator? Why the fuck not? Oh, yes. This is Desolator Combiner Team from who?
From Studio One, the same people who brought you
Cell?
From who brought you Unicron and Primus. It's Zeta.
But they already did. That's Constructor. That is Zeta. That's their design. That was the whole source of the drama.
Mm-hmm. I guess.
I don't know what to believe. Are they new molds, or are they just redoing the Toy World molds?
As I look at these, I'm starting to think that they took probably the Toy World or their own core designs and maybe stylized them.
Ooh.
I'm not sure. I see some elements of Toy World Devastator in here.
Yeah.
They
look good. They got that lanky comic style going on. I don't hate that, man.
This one definitely is more G1-esque than the Dreamstar. The Dreamstar is very stylized. This is stylized a little. I mean, it's stylized enough to be different, but
we don't see combine mode, huh?
No.
We see snippets.
It's interesting, though, if you look at the leg bots, it almost looks like the leg bots have more of the thighs than Toy World Constructor has. Because Toy World Constructor ends at the knee, right? It's just the lower legs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These look like maybe
will not be parts forming.
Does it say that? Did I miss that? Or
I'm just saying it looks like it. Like, look at Scrapper. So what's weird is the little ET face. That's his knee. You see ET? I don't know where that is on the toy itself, but you see his lower legs are the upper thigh, and his chest and arms and backpack are the ankle and foot, or the shin, ankle, and foot. I don't know where ET comes into play. But
yeah,
that's the bit that seems added in there.
Well, look at Long Haul. Long Haul has the hips and like the top of the thigh, like right where the cut would be for the thigh
No,
rotation.
I don't think we're talking about parts forming.
Interesting. I wonder if that's what they did. They took their constructor and they said, let's redo this. Long Haul is very stylized now that I look at him. That alt mode that almost looks like a Cybertronian alt mode.
He's got a jetpack or something? Like a little, yeah.
Is that,
I don't hate this, bro. They're going for articulation. Ooh, I'm going to have a complete waste of space. I can't wait. I'm going to have no space in my house. Oh
so now the question is, which one are you going to get, Dreamstar or this to go on your...
I have a question for you. YNB.
Wait, say it again. Why?
WNB.
WNB?
Why not both?
Oh, why not both? You're just Mr. Acronym tonight. Foot.
I have to get both. Yeah, foot. Fear
WNB.
of ordering thrice.
Or twice.
Or triple. Not twice. Yeah, fear of ordering twice, thrice, or triple. It works in all facets. Oh, I'm getting this. See, the thing is, though, like, these are these just... What do they do here? Do they, like... digitally enhanced CADs, or are they just... They're not just drawings, right?
These look like, to me, these look like CAD that they had somebody pop into like Illustrator or something, and just like, make them look pretty.
Yeah. A part of what I like about this is the panel lining and the colors, so that's why I think a lot of prototypes look so sexy. And then when you get them in hand, you're like, meh, because the gray, for some reason, really looks good. And then when they start, using their plastics and, it doesn't look so good. I wonder how this is going to look in real life. If it looks like this, I would love it. I would love it. I really would. I like the proportions, like on the leg on Scrapper. I love that. It is kind of weird.
It does look good.
Well, look, that's only half a thigh above ET. It should be only half a thigh. So the proportions should still work. It's like an Aztec ET like statue.
From the first time you had to phone home.
If ET was a Mayan statue with a giant hat with wheels and sat like a dog, and instead of paws he had like a scoop. That's what it looks like.
It does. Or like he has really long arms and he's holding a grocery bag or something, like a paper grocery bag out.
E.T. shovel your snow.
That's fantastic.
Olmec E.T. Olmec E.T. shovel your snow. I came here illegally. I'm an illegal alien. E.T. the illegal alien.
I need to phone Mexico. I mean home.
He's just looking for work.
He wants to shovel your snow and cut your grass.
All right. All right, next up. I'm so excited. I got to send that to Bubba too. Holy fuck. He's out of it. Man, let me go back to that link. I got to send him this. Holy shit. This is exciting stuff. I'm excited. And you know what? It's these fringe third-party companies who are stepping up. They're stepping up and filling a void. The thirst and hunger we have for excitement as collectors. Because, every other company has just gone so super tuned, and so many collectors want it, and it just becomes so, in my opinion, I know you feel otherwise, but just everyone's doing the same thing. It's not punk anymore. Third party's not punk. It's mainstream, and this is so interesting. Even if it sucks, at least it's something to laugh at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I do appreciate like the it's almost like Iron Factory, right? Where they're like, hey, here's some Cybertronian modes that never existed, but they're cool. You know?
Don't get
Where
me
they're
started
just
on Iron Factory.
I won't get you started. But you know what I mean? It is. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate them going, hey, let's try something different.
I love it. This brings me back. I love seeing this. And Studio, whatever it is. Cell is the Unicron Studio. I mean,
yeah,
we know that they know how to do a combiner. That's their bag.
That's true.
That you're not going to have a lot of diecast in these figures for a reason. I don't need diecast. Give me light plastic and hard ratchets.
Agreed.
If
you're going to put diecast, put them in the feet.
Right.
That's one thing I'm worried about Fans Toys combiners.
Oh, I know now why the Dreamstar has 8 figures.
Why?
Feet and hands. It's feet and hands. You got 2 feet. That's what they do. I mean, them and Kang Toys. The Dreamstar. I feel like Kang Toys is Dreamstar, and because even Dreamstar gave you 2 transforming feet. The feet are a little like military trucks. They're really cool. I love them. Like little military trucks that transform into feet. Kang Toys gives you wolves that transform into robots that transform into feet. Their hands transform into crabs or spiders, depending on the figure. Anyway, that's why you got 8 figures of Dreamstar. But this is cool. I'm excited.
That is kind of a cool idea. Instead of saying like, here's just some fists that you're gonna put in a box until you combine these guys. It's like, oh, here's some little crabs, or here's some.
This dude comes with a wolf buddy that turns into a robot in a foot. You're welcome.
Which is kind of a thing for Transformers, right? Like you had the cassettes for like little companions, and you had the breast masters or breast fours, where it's like the little guys for
breath masters.
Yeah. The breath masters, the breast masters or breast force guys, for who's the Iron Factory guy they're doing now? The combiner, Leo Kaiser.
Let me test your nerdage.
No.
How many characters in the Leo Kaiser team can you name?
Oh my God, I can't name hardly any. Let's see. Kill Bison, Drillhorn, Hellbat, which was, I guess he's kind of a member. I think he was in the cartoon as an extra member, that helicopter guy.
They're doing him, even though he was like a 1 episode member.
Yeah, which is cool. I appreciate that a lot. That might be all I can think of. Are you able to name the rest?
Yes. Wheelface, Scoop Butt, Shark Pit.
Shark Pit. How could I forget Shark Pit?
I got a notification that my laptop is dying. I thought, I got 50% power. I should be good. Then Rich spent 3 hours talking about nerd shit. All right, hold on.
It's all my fault.
Plug my laptop in.
This is why Bobby hates me.
You hate Bobby.
I don't hate Bobby.
You do. You do. It's a safe place. No one listens. You can tell everybody. All right. Yeah.
We have 2 listeners, and neither of them are Bobby, is what you're saying.
Let's see. Unique Toys, though. He doesn't listen. He's a piece of shit. Unique Toys Stinger prototype. Ooh.
Yeah, Unique Toys seems to knock the movie stuff out of the park.
What is this? Who's Stinger? Who is this?
He was in, was it The Last Night? I can't remember now. He was the red Bumblebee when they were building Galvatron and stuff. Not The Last Night. Age of Extinction?
I know. Okay. Right. Yeah. I mean, come on.
He's the Bugatti, I think, right?
I mean, come on. How many are you going to buy? 6? How many are you going to buy? I mean, really, who cares? I mean, I hate seeing Unique Toys commit their skill. This isn't, in my opinion, and maybe it's wrong, but it's one thing to go obscure, but it's another thing to go obscure where no one wants it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge Bayverse following. So
But is it a third-party
that's
Bayverse following? I don't think it's third-party Bayverse.
I don't know,
Bayverse
man.
collectors are like mainline collectors.
There's a lot of third-party Bayverse stuff that's expensive that sells. I mean, how many of Unique Toys done? They did a Megatron. They did that Lockdown that everybody raves over. They did
Overkill.
Overkill.
I have Overkill. I've got Challenger. You know, I don't have the Megatron. Yep. You know,
isn't the Megatron like kind of a flaky piece of crap? Like it's panely and they don't stay together.
It's a bitch. That's all.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like, could they have done other Decepticons? Did they have to do the filler Troop Builder one? You know?
Oh man, look at his chest. He's got that Iron Factory bludgeon chest with the skull face.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Bobby Unique Toys right there.
This is Bobby Unique Toys face. Yeah, I can't unsee that now.
I mean, looking at the alt mode and the robot, that's an impressive transformation right there.
It is. That's what I'm saying. It's that the only reason I'm tempted to buy it is because it's Unique Toys. You know what I mean?
Funny how, yeah. And it's funny to me how their G1 MPs were hit or miss, but they go to something all complex and detailed and what should be a crazy feat to pull off transformation wise. And they knock it out of the park.
They make it fun.
See, I've never transformed.
They make it scare free, you know?
Oh, really?
Scare free. I made that up.
That's a big key because so many of these figures, it's like, I don't want to transform this because I'm scared I'll break something, you know?
Or get lost. You know when you get completely lost and you're like, what have I done? I can't go back or forth because I don't know which is which way. You know what I mean? No, yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know where DX9 ends and Unique Toys begins because their Rodimus. What was the Rodimus? DX9 Rodimus.
Oh, Carrie?
Carrie. It was the same vibe. Where
Carrie is a solid figure. That is a great figure.
And a fun transformation. You know? So is Overkill, so is Challenger, you know, like that's why I feel like their Unique Toys and DX9 are still kind of in bed. So
they're connected at the ass and mouth like a human centipede, actually, I think.
I believe in you. So wait, what have you never transformed?
I've never transformed any of their movie stuff, like Overkill, Challenger.
Do you own Overkill?
No.
Oh, dude.
That's a
must-have. That's a must-have. It's it mass shifts. Like it's MP scaled. He's like 9-10 inches tall as a bot, and then he's an MP car and clean and beautiful. And he comes with a little like zombie wolf robot. You know, he comes with a giant cannon with a spring-loaded like gimmick to stick it on his head. So it looks like he's a you know, the rifle head, the sniper head. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, bro, like it's up there. It is, if you are like a engineering historian, that is a figure to get because the only thing lacking now is just the robot's articulation. Like he doesn't have a waist swivel. I'll tell you what though, neither does fucking Fans. Oh, that's what I got. Fans Toys Fireflight. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
That's what I got. You know, he has like a weird crotch hip swivel that's like 30, maybe 25 degrees. But really fun transformation. Really fun. Beautiful figure as a bot and a plane. Beautiful. Limited in articulation. You know, it's obvious that this is an old design that they just dusted off and put in the line. Like they have a lot of these figures pre-designed, planned, ready to go, and they have a plan. But time is catching up to them, and what was good then is dated now, and it's like the bot articulation is dated. So it's in line with, but that came out just now. But Peru Kill, like, he's got good articulation. It's just his torso feels very kind of two-dimensional articulation wise. But man, I'm telling you, that's a figure you have to own. It's a piece of history. It's like, wow, they did it,
So, yeah.
If you like Carrie, Peru Kill is better than Carrie.
But that brings up I think that brings up a good question, though. Is something as amazing of a transformation and mass shift as Peru Kill, does it make up for the lack of waist articulation?
Yeah, because I display him in bot mode, and he looks great. He has articulation. It's just, you're not going to get an ab crunch or a swivel. Okay.
Yeah, I was just looking at pictures of him, and he's got a lot of articulation.
Still. He looks beautiful still.
Yeah. He just doesn't have that waist articulation.
Neither does Fireflight.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I say that. I think that's a fair question. Like, is it worth giving up some articulation to have this amazing transformation and both modes look that good?
I think so, because you still have, as long as it has shelf presence.
That's a good, that's
if the poses you can get that they offer you still provide shelf presence, then yes.
Sometimes I think it's funny how we, all of us as collectors, sit here and go, doesn't have waist articulation, piece of shit. And then you go and you pick up like G1 Power Master Prime. You're like, this is a brick, and his arms move at the shoulder, and that's it. And it's just a rotation. It's literally his only I guess you can split his legs like the Van Damme look, but that's it.
I mean, look, the MP Starscream, the new Seeker, the new Seeker mold, even though it doesn't have a waist swivel, I feel that it is still infused with so much character. It has tremendous shelf presence. So
it does.
As long as you have shelf presence, I feel that in my experience, shelf presence is not inextricably tied to articulation. As long as you are given some articulation that gives it shelf presence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
anyway. I agree with that. I think that's
you got good. That Zeta. Did you get your Zeta in yet?
The mini aerial bots, the legend scale.
Yeah.
No, I looked at that and I realized it's a pre-order.
Get it?
It's a pre-order for like June. It's a reissue, so it was like a pre-order for June or something. June or July? I think June though.
You're still waiting?
Still waiting.
This is up there. This is like in line with that. It's a different reason, but it's like, okay, this is something you have to have. What's he called? Is he on sale anywhere? This is no quick strike. Let's Unique Toys. Peru Kill.
Zeta says estimated release June. It's also the metallic version, so it has the nice beautiful finish. Yeah. Let's see. What is this thing called? Red Destroyer.
You can get this guy. I'm seeing one brand new. I don't buy anything from China, honestly. I avoid China because I feel like I'm gonna get scammed. You can have less than $100, bro. You got a used one for $69.99 plus $10.32 shipping. That's amazing.
Peru Kill?
Yeah. Oh man, you gotta get one. You have to get it. You have to get it. You have to get it. If you enjoy transformations, and I mean, he's a tough call. He's beautiful in both modes. He's a great figure. He's better than Challenger, and Challenger came out after him.
There's something about that version of Optimus I don't like. The Challenger one. Isn't that the one that's like the Last Night Optimus?
No.
Or the Age of Extinction Optimus?
No, is it Last Night? No, it's Last Night. It's Last Night. Yes, last night.
Something I don't like about that.
Yeah, with like little like red wires, like for like a pocket watch aesthetic. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's got like a pocket. He's got like 4 pocket watches.
Like
Yeah,
I like
it's like,
Revenge of the Fallen look for Optimus. When it
yeah, I
gets
think
to,
the last night's kind of lame.
I mean, he looks fine. It's just something about him I don't like. I get it. They tried to make him look like he's in a suit of armor
Hmm.
more so, but
That's the
it's
one for
not my.
last night.
Yeah, not my cup of tea for movie
Overkill,
Optimus
you
look.
gotta get it. You gotta trust me. It's not the quick strike. All right.
All right, I'll find one. Or send me that
TransArt.
link.
Oh, dude, just go on eBay.
I'll go look. All right.
TransArt and TF Source had them. I didn't even look there. Hold on, let me look. Let me see. Who else has them? Overkill, TF Source. See if he sold out.
He sold out at Show Z. Let's see.
$109 on TF Source, bro. $109.
You want to hear something crazy? So you're on TF Source, right? Look up the Make Toys Seekers.
Hold
and what
on,
are they selling for? $160, right? Like the new ones, like Gangrene and Dingleberry Express or whatever those weird colors are.
This is $109 on TF Source. You gotta buy it. It's like in stock, ready to ship. All right, let's see. Make Toys.
I thought about putting this on the same Make Toys. This became like a big thing on a bunch of social media threads.
It's $160.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me put this in. Check this out. This is Show Z store. $60 all day long. TF Source is charging $160. They're $59.99 on Show Z.
Wow.
Isn't that nuts?
It should be $60. It really should be. No one's gonna buy it from TF Source. You can go Show Z. It's a $60 figure. I mean, it's a super loose repaint. You know. I mean, it's just it's gonna suck. Oh, Rich, come on, man.
I'll find me a Overkill.
You got it on TF Source, $100. Free and not free, ready to ship. TransArt Dinobot II full reveal. Is it great or truly number 2? I don't know. I saw the reviews for the other Dinobot we saw, and it's beautiful, but it is not built well, and it doesn't come together well. So the fit and finish, as Justin would say, isn't there. So it's not going to be a good figure to display at all.
That's pre-stem cell, Justin would say, fit and finish.
Right.
We don't know what post-stem cell.
But this is TransArt now. This is TransArt. So this is probably going to be shit too.
Well, TransArt
will stand well.
TransArt is one of those, like, they're the X-Transbots of B stores. It's like some of their figures are like, wow, this is awesome, and then some you're like, oh, this is fucking quick strike.
Did you just rebox the G1 Beast Wars figure for me?
Exactly.
I mean, the scale's going to be different than the other one. Do they show it with anything else?
They don't.
Well, they do. No, they have them with Cheetor.
Oh, wait. If you keep going, it looks like they have a comparison of the other one there.
Where?
You keep clicking through the pictures. There's a set of pictures side by side.
What's DB?
That's the other one that we looked at. What are they called?
I like the DB more aesthetically. What's
this thing called? It's
DB, whatever, a douchebag.
Exactly.
The DB looks better. It's just not executed. So, you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
TransArt figures are built well. How they're built, it's just how they decide to build them that's questionable. Well, you know, like quick strike snake. It'll be just a wire and some rubber tubing. You know. But I know Quick Strike's never falling apart on me. I could throw it across the room.
That's what kills me about them. Like, their Quick Strike's just passable. Their Transmetal 2 Cheetor looks the part. Quality-wise, it's fine. I mean, it's good quality, but it feels like a cheap figure. But then you get like their Transmetal Tarantulas, and you're like, this is an awesome figure.
Okay, but that's 1 versus 2. One good one
Well,
versus
and
2
then
bad ones.
and then
No,
their
but then you have Black
Transmetal Megatron is awesome.
Black Arachne is shit, right?
Is she? I don't have her. I missed
I
her.
heard she was shit. So that's 2
I'm
to
waiting
3.
for the reissue. The Transmetal Megatron is awesome. The Transmetal Optimus is really nice. The Transmetal 2 Optimus,
The problem
Optimal
is,
Optimus is good.
yeah, but isn't that just a knockoff?
So what it seems to me like what they do is they take the original toys, they upscale them, and then they add a bunch of stuff, articulation, features.
Fourth party.
Yeah, I mean, so I think there's a fine line there. Like, it's kind of like, oh, you guys KO'd G1 Shockwave because his arms come together over his head and make the cannon, and his legs come together to make the handle. It's like, well, some figures you can't do a lot with.
Yeah, it's just like the aesthetic, like the DB version versus the TA of this Dinobot. It's like the DB captured how he's kind of like undead, you know? He's like emaciated in some ways.
I like the claw hands on the DB better. Those
the claw hands,
way more
the
menacing.
Waist, but do you go for something that you put on the shelf and pray it doesn't fall, or something that kind of looks okay? I don't think either option is viable. I think option, the third option, which doesn't exist, is the one to buy. And it's just kind of sad. It's just kind of sad. You know who can do it? Medicaid.
Yeah, I do like their Pterosaur. Are they doing any more Beasaurs?
I hope so. I mean, everything they do, it's gorgeous. It's a pain in the dick, but it's gorgeous.
It's not gorgeous from Medigate. That helicopter mode for Drift. Oh my god. Talk about an abortion that can fly.
A flying abortion. All right, we'll move it along to official news. Transformers 1 Happy Meal. Wait, hold on a sec. We're being told these aren't Happy Meal toys, rather mainline figures. Oh, God.
These are so bad.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's shit. Wow,
dude,
boy.
that Bumblebee. Look at that Bumblebee. Tell me that doesn't look like a fucking Happy Meal toy.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody punched him in the face so hard his head recessed. And like he's like stuck like that. He's like in shock. All right, these are shit. Oh my god. Oh, and there's masks. There's a different Bumblebee though. Is that a different Bumblebee in the photos?
I think that's the mask transformed.
The masks transform?
Yeah, they have those for Rise of the Beast.
That's cool.
I mean, for a little kid, that is cool. But man, these other figures look terrible.
Some sexy time would be cool too.
There you go.
All right.
Some role play.
All right. You're in. All right, next. Studio Series Transformers 1, My Thighs and Crotch Are the Color of Old Desktop Computers Optimus Prime. Let's see what we're looking at, Rich.
Tell me that's not what old desktop computers looked like.
It does. Commodore 64. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Why does he have a mask? Why can't we see his face?
Actually, that's a good point, because in the cartoon, in the movie, he doesn't have that. He's got the...
Maybe once he transforms, he has a battle mask he can employ or deploy.
Oh, he probably does.
And there's a split on this, so maybe
wait. This is Optimus Prime. So this must be at the end of the movie. He gets upgraded to Optimus from Orion Pax.
Spoilers.
Yeah, we just ruined the whole movie.
How about this? MPM 15. Only my titties have battle damage. Brawl.
I stared long and hard. And I couldn't find battle damage anywhere else. I guess he has a little splatter on his shoulders now that I look at it, but his legs clean, forearms clean.
Oh, maybe it's not battle damage. Maybe it's just,
Money shot brawl.
money shot brawl.
Bukkake brawl is coming at you.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And like his lower chest looks like his hands are like covering his bukkake chest.
Oh yeah.
He's like, don't look at me. I have to wipe off. Oh,
It's
God.
an AI, so he has 6 fingers on each hand too. It's like an AI drawing or AI
boy.
picture.
Oh no. Okay, it's a thing.
It's a thing. It's MPM, I guess, if you like it. Awesome.
Shout out to MPM. Hot Shot, first look. Finally, a Legacy Cybertron figure with an actual cyber key.
Yeah, about time they started doing that.
Not bad.
I mean, it looks good. It looks like it should. Looks like Cybertron.
That's
Hot
not
Shot.
bad. That's not bad. I mean, if you're
It's
a
not at all.
fan, that's not bad.
Now, the other question I have with this is, does the cyber key actually make like the wings pop out? My guess is no.
Yeah, look. No, it's deployed there in alt mode with his wings out.
So wait.
Yeah, but
I give
oh,
you guys
no.
one task, and you guys are still going at 10:28.
How are
What
those
the
stem
hell?
cells going, Justin?
They're doing great. I'm really a big fan. I got to choose the baby I was taking them from. It was amazing. Totally.
Well, that's actually the question we wanted to know, because we understood you were getting stem cells to enlarge your penis, but also
Yes.
to grow ovaries.
Yes. It was completely experimental procedure at this point, but
I'm
it's
actually
fantastic.
glad you're here, Justin.
I'm glad
Me
I'm
too.
here too.
For once, I'm glad you're here.
You and me both.
You sound sick. What's wrong? Is it
I was
stem
sick.
cells?
It is the stem cells. Yeah.
cell rejection. It's
It
body
is
know-
stem
rejection.
cell rejection. Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's crazy. In Brooklyn, what's going around is whooping cough.
Whooping cough.
Whooping cough is going around.
Didn't that get squashed in the 30s or something? It's back.
I guess not. It's along with the measles.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Thank
I
you,
know, I got
people,
something.
Rich. Okay. So, Justin, do you see where we are in the show?
No, I have no friggin' clue. I just joined
We
the
are
call.
at your favorite character, Hot Shot.
All right,
the-
hold on. Let's find some notes.
Legacy United Deluxe Cybertron Hot Shot. First look.
And he has an actual cyber key. I like that they have him pictured with Starscream and Optimus from the same line, and neither of them have cyber keys. Like,
It looks like in alt mode the cyber key is deployed. It's shoved into the scoop on the hood, and it looks like the wings are on those screws, so it looks like it pops them out. It looks like it's part of a mechanism.
maybe, but look at his gun. His gun also looks like a missile launcher, but I bet it doesn't launch. That's
Yeah,
got like the gray part.
I think you're giving them way too much credit. I don't think that those things pop out on their own. I think it will plug into the back of him. But the fact that they're on those big, ugly plastic swivels, I think you're swiveling that shit yourself.
You're just pretending.
Yeah. Yeah, I do
Hey.
think so.
Justin,
Yeah.
Dreamstar is doing a Devastator.
Oh my God, I can't wait to see the wealth of shapes that's gonna be.
And so is Zeta.
Wait.
You got to see it. The Dreamstar
Zeta-
one is 8 figures.
Zeta's doing another
They
Devastator.
Yeah.
are.
Yes.
They're doing it as Studio One. The same one
Studio
that did their
Did you
Primus
post
as.
this? Where is this?
Yeah,
We have
go
to
up and.
back. We have to go back.
All right, let's go back.
Justin's thoughts.
We're going back in time.
All right. Which one is it? Robert's favorite combiner company? Or
Yes,
no, another
that's
third-party
Dreamstar.
Devastator.
Let's
Yes.
yeah.
Let's see Dreamstar, and then let's open Zeta Toys.
He's 8 characters full with a prowl with a squished helmet face.
You gotta look at the face of Prowl on the Prowl only pick. It's amazing.
That's like you on Halloween, Justin.
Is
When
me
you were
on
like, "Mom,
Halloween.
I meant jazz."
Yeah, that's weird. This whole thing is weird. Why are they just doing whatever they want to do anymore? I don't I don't know. I don't like this.
Robert's already got all A figures on pre-order, and he's having them shipped directly to Bobby because Bobby loves Dream Star so much.
And I have a new acronym, Justin.
Oh yeah.
Instead of FOMO, FOMO is fear of missing out. The opposite is FOOT, fear of ordering thrice.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I have a question. Is the last piece of the Devastator combiner Megatron? It kind of looks like Megatron without a cannon.
Let's go back and look.
Let me go back and look at this.
Hey, Greg, are you frying bacon?
Greg? Oh, man.
Greg would always be like going through his freezer, like cooking bacon.
Uh-huh. You never
That's Cringer. Cringer, stop cooking the bacon.
It does look like Megatron.
Yeah, right? Like he's got like that
far left figure?
Head, yeah.
It's a silhouette. It's a silhouette.
Yeah, I'm looking at
the silhouette. The silhouette. Yeah, the far left one, though. Yeah.
You're going by the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
The helmet and the shoulders. I see it in the shoulders and the forearms a little bit, too.
Actually, even the one next to the one on the far left kind of gives me Megatron vibes with the like the barrel off the back.
Oh yeah. What if it's just two different versions of Megatron?
It's just Megatron. Everything.
Oh my
Megatron.
God! They just give you 8 versions of Megatron and call it Devastator.
I don't like this. All right, what's next?
Go on to your the next one, the Zeta.
Another third-party Devastator. That's Zeta.
Oh, okay.
So,
I mean, you did this already, guys. Like,
Robert.
But this doesn't have parts forming.
What celebrity stupid. Alien?
Oh! Look at Scrapper. Look at the leg mode.
Okay, hold on.
You tell me that is not E.T. with an Aztec headdress, kneeling like a puppy, holding a scoop, begging to shovel the snow from your front yard because he's illegal alien.
Now I hate it even more. I always hated E.T. growing up, and now it's even worse. But
you hated E.T.?
Oh, I couldn't. So I don't know. Maybe my parents took me when I was like way too small to see it. I hated E.T. He was the source of my nightmares for a very long period of time in my life.
I'll bet you won't even eat Reese's Pieces.
Oh, Reese's Pieces are delicious. So.
You like Reese's Pieces?
Yeah, they're amazing.
But you don't think of E.T. when you eat them?
No, not at all.
You should.
You calm down, Elliot. The long haul looks stupid as hell to me. Is this like have a basis of anything?
It's stylized.
Yeah, well, stylize it into the trash can. Like, just come on, let's move on.
But look at the articulation.
I don't give a shit about the articulation. I honestly don't. Like.
But it's Zeta, so it's gonna be like really built well, and it's gonna have like great joints, and now it doesn't parts form.
Yeah, who cares? It all just looks like trash if you ask me. Like even the hook looks really bad to me. Like it's like some like semi-futuristic crane. I don't know what's going on there. Why is the driver cab have a second cab on top for the cab that's on the crane? I don't know.
That's the crane operator.
That's the sleeper cab.
No. The crane operator's at the back. There's a cab on top of the cab before you get to the crane operator's cab.
That's for the wife to backseat drive.
Yeah, probably. All right. Well, this is dumb. And then Scrapper has a missile launcher instead of a place for someone to sit. No, I can't get behind this. I'm sorry. How much of this do you think is just going to share some of the stuff that they've done on their Devastator already?
I think a lot. Me and Rich were talking about that.
Like Scrapper looks pretty similar overall. I think that you're going to see the big changes in long haul, right? Because he's going to make up the crotch.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. And it's just not going to scale right. I bet you they don't show any of these guys next to each other, right? So it's gonna have that Hasbro Devastator bullshit, which is that it's just not gonna scale right. It's gonna look super super weird. So no, I don't like it. We're good.
Well, he likes it.
I hate it.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, you're right. I love it.
What about
Garbage.
the surprise Takara MP Jazz?
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, who doesn't love jazz? But what jazz are we talking about?
I'm just kidding.
Don't get me all excited.
Where are we? Where are we, Rich?
Vector Prime.
All right, Vector Prime first look. 2 Legacy Cybertron figures in a row with a cyber key. Oh, but he's missing everything else except the inflated price tag.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't have a firing missile. He doesn't have a minicon. He doesn't have lights and sound like the original Vector Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, he looks pretty cool in all mode, though.
His almost looks like shit.
Does he look cool?
Look at all the gears.
See, that's what I
know,
actually like
gears.
about Vector Prime, the original. Let me pull a picture up.
Only exposed wires. Like, what is he fucking on a budget? Is this a Transformer on a budget?
Uh-huh. I was talking to Rich about this one actually a few days ago, and like I'm pretty sure I remember seeing someone who took the original one and like actually customized the paint job and picked out like all the gears and all that stuff. And then it's like, yeah, like then this thing's here. I'm like, and I also said I remember this, like he came out like when I was getting back into Transformers, and I remember distinctly this guy shelf forming, like distinctly just sitting there on the shelves, like couldn't get rid of him. I'm like, oh, Hasbro just wanted a redo on that.
Well,
Just
all I know is
to make another shelf former.
having his front half with all its exposed gears, he is very susceptible to attacks involving throwing sand at him, or, considering his exposed wires, a cup of water.
There's the original.
Well, you know how Hasbro can make a shelf presence for Transformers without spending extra money on new toys. You just create a bunch of Transformers that shelf form and then they never sell. And then instant shelf presence, right?
That's true. There you
Oh,
go.
wait. You wanted a shell former? I thought you meant shelf warmer. Oh, god damn it.
I had this completely wrong.
Oh, we have a whole line of shelf warmers coming out. You wanted shelf formers.
Maybe you can make shelf formers that
Oh,
are
here we go.
shelf warmers.
Legacy Deluxe shelf warmer first look.
It is funny that you guys were saying that. I knew that was the next thing. It's perfect.
What's he holding up? Did he invent the first Cybertronian light bulb?
I don't know.
What is that?
Cybertronian sex toy.
It's funny because he's a car, but he has like the back end of a space shuttle in his hand. Like, what is that?
And
He's got
I
like
think-
a weird wheeljack sort of head.
He can only be driven by the elderly. That's why he has the giant bubble cockpit.
Mhm.
Oh, what's with the S&M titties too?
This is a repaint of something, right?
Is it?
I think so.
I think it might be, the other Rock Lord.
I think the
It's
thruster
a rock
thing might
lord.
be. I think the thrusters might be a new piece, but
Yeah, Magnus.
is a
it says.
repaint.
Let's see.
Well, this isn't a repaint. It's the new Hasbro line called No Paint.
listen, you want it to look like a rock, you take it outside and you throw it in some dirt, look like a rock. All right, get over it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich, are we still recording?
Yes, sir. We are. We are
Okay,
still
good.
recording. Justin, what'd you get this week?
Yeah, what'd you get this week,
Since you're
Justin?
here.
I got the G.I. Joe vinyl record that I've been trying to get for a while, and I think that's
Oh, wow.
it. So I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Did I get, actually, maybe I got more. Did I get Tailgate and Wind Charger last time? I don't know. Listeners, if you're actually
No,
listening,
you
let
did
me
not.
know. All right, then I got Tailgate and Wind Charger as well. Did I get something else New Age? I feel like there was two things New Age that showed up, but no, I can't think of anything. Oh, I got the Missing Link Optimus Prime. That's what I got.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I didn't
What
get
do
the
you
one with
think?
the trailer.
I'm still
I just
on-
did the one without the trailer.
Fuck the trailer. Honestly,
Yeah.
can I just say the weird thing? Fuck the trailer.
Well, the trailer, like, so the missing link thing with the trailer, the thing that gets me with that is that the trailer has like no upgrades over the original. Like, I think
There's a couple.
either, yeah, I think like the Teletran unit could like come out or something and like roll around. It's like it didn't have enough upgrades that was like I need this in my life, you know?
Upgrade it weirdly. Give it segmented, ball jointed segments so it can writhe around like a snake.
Yeah, I don't know. They could have done something better with the trailer, I feel like, or I don't know, something with it. But I've just figured out like when I'm at a con, I'll find some Optimus Prime trailer that's missing Optimus Prime and pick that up or something. Good enough. So, or I'll just pull out my old G1 one and put it on him. No big deal. Yeah.
Speaking of good enough, if they make it, you will build it. Lego Bumblebee. Ooh. I'm getting
No
into
picks,
Lego.
but
I'm getting into Lego, I got to tell you. Me and Azalea, like she's a dynamo at Lego, so I got her the Bowser set. And like every day in Jersey, we'll sit down and do a couple of bags at a time. And it's been pretty fun. I'm getting into it. It's very soothing. All right. So whatever that is.
There.
Rich,
Wait, hold on a second. Wait a second. There's a video. Is this a legit video? Like if you scroll down, there's a video.
I hope it's a video of you.
It is me. Okay, no,
Where?
this is a year ago. So is this just someone who made it themselves? I think so.
Oh.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, this is someone who made it. But honestly, like this is what I feel like you should expect to see something like this.
Ooh.
The weird thing
Missing-
is I think the Optimus Prime Lego looks so good except for the friggin' head. And that's the one thing that I'm like, oh, can't buy it. Not gonna buy it. No.
3D print.
And now you got the missing link.
Yeah. Missing Link is good. It's fun.
Sounds like it. Tempting.
Mhm.
Tempting.
Well, now you
Maybe
can
Lord
add
of
to your
Free.
missing link collection.
Uh-huh. I will too. But yeah, I mean, the obvious parallel there is that Impossible Toys that did it.
When you look at
Anything
yourself
so.
naked in the mirror, Justin, do you say missing link?
Always.
Missing Link, Bumblebee, and Cliffjumper coming from Impossible Toys?
No. So, do you remember Impossible Toys?
Yes.
Way back in the day. Remember they did these exact things.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let me find them for you.
They did like every variation of Minibot under the sky.
Oh, right. They did like the Make Toys Seekers, but they did with the Bumblebee mold.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
but they
so
were
it was
very
legitimately,
articulate.
it transformed exactly like the G1, where it just like you pulled it out and you pulled the legs out and flipped the head down, same exact way. And then they just added ball joints to everything. And they were totally fine. They were decent enough. I think I still have bumpers somewhere.
You have like 30 of them, don't you?
I used to have almost all of them, and then I got rid of all of them except bumper, I think.
You were like staring at yourself while you were shaving one day, and you're just like,
what am I doing with my life? That's about right.
Oh, God.
Pretty much on the
hoping-
daily, I get the what am I doing with my life?
Yeah, that's
every
called,
morning for me.
Uh-huh.
It's called middle age. You're like, oh,
That's every morning in my life. I hate that morning shave when I got to stare at myself and go, what the fuck? And I stare at myself in the eyes.
Mhm.
I'm like, what am I doing? How have I gotten here? All right.
So I think real quick.
Speaking of shaving.
Oh no! Yes.
If only we could get some electric shavers inspired by Revenge of the Fallen. What the fuck is this, Rich?
Well, I'm cool.
Okay. Before we go on to this, what were you going to say, Rich?
I was just gonna say, I think it's good to note on those missing link. It looks like they're doing the same thing they did with Prime, where they're going to release a toy and cartoon version of each. So if like 4 new missing link, but 2 characters, just in
Well, I guess I got to go with the cartoon one since I went in on Cartoon Prime.
There you go. Anyway, yes, these
Shame on
shavers.
you. You should have gotten the toy. Shame on you.
Yeah, but then I had to pay extra for a trailer I didn't want.
Oh. Yeah, but you could use it as a riser.
I could, I suppose, but
For your Bumblebee and Cliffjumper.
the juice wasn't worth the squeeze, as Bobby likes to say.
So, Oh, fuck that guy. So we've got shavers inspired by Transformers Philips. You can shave while you wear your Transformers earbuds. Have you seen those? The Transformers earbuds?
I don't think I saw those.
It's just a fucking earbud case. Like, it'll be like, I got my Shockwave earbuds. And it's just earbuds. This is the same shit. Oh, I'm Optimus Prime. I am Optimus Prime. I'm shaving. I'm Optimus Prime. You don't shave. You're a neckbeard. These aren't going to sell. Neckbeards don't shave. Neither do Chinese people. Who are you selling this to?
To you, Robert, so you can stare in the mirror every morning and shave with your Bumblebee Philips shaver.
Oh, it's the same person who's buying this, the old Optimus Prime.
Oh yeah.
What did you send?
Clitoris Prime.
What? Oh, is that a rabbit? It's a Megatron, clear Megatron rabbit.
It's Hot Rod.
It's Hot Rod?
The Hot Rod.
No, that's not Hot Rod. That's, what do you call the other one? What was the black one called? Oh.
Tyrone?
No.
Oh.
Rich. What was the whole skit with Oscar with the Terror? It's Terror.
Terror.
Instead of Terror, he's Shocker. Shocker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
I want to point out real quick on these shavers. Look at the first picture. Why does Optimus Prime's hand that's facing us have a hinge on it?
That's a good question.
It's not like
the weird wrist articulation.
It's not like these transform, but they're like, for the promo pic, we got to put like a hinge in Optimus Prime's fucking paw. Like, what? Like, you can see his hand splits when he transforms, but there's no reason for that.
They're just like, we have to put a pin here. It's a
what
pin
is that?
joint. It's a fucking pin joint.
Yeah, I don't understand that. It's
all right.
Wow.
All right, so we're up to our discussion. It's about the Robosend Megatron, bigger, frankier, but cheaper than Grimlock. Now, he came in with a pre-order price at $899, and I believe it is retailing at $1,100, right?
$1,200, I think. Is it $1,199?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So it's like $900 versus it's $300 more if you don't pay now. You can opt for Hasbro, the Pulse and HasLab, whatever, and you get, I think it's Hasbro Pulse, same price, but you don't pay up front. You get charged when it ships. You might be, later in line than the Robosend pre-orders, I think. I think people who buy from Robosend directly, they are shipped to you when Robosend also ships to Hasbro, I believe. I think that's the timing. But you don't have to pay up front, which is cool. You can start saving your money. So let's say he's $1,200, right? I mean, he is a couple inches taller than Flagship Prime. He scales with Flagship Prime, I feel, and he transforms into a tank. It's a real good looking tank. It's a remote control tank. He has way more LEDs than they've done before. He has a little battery level meter on his torso. He has a fucking morning star that he does swing around. He has 2 touch sensitive zones where, based on how you swipe or touch, he does different things. He interacts.
Robert was super excited to figure out that one of them is his tank barrel, if you know what I mean.
If you touch his butt, he goes, no. Like, if you touch his butt a certain way, he goes like, no.
Yeah, he shakes his head, no.
He does.
Yeah, he does. It's funny.
He comes with 4 missiles to put in the turret, and he, as a tank, he launches them 60 centimeters. So that's like what, 20 something feet
or something? No, not feet. Like 25 inches.
But it's shot across the room for one reviewer. They shoot far, and he comes with a little Optimus Prime target to shoot at. So I could have him in tank mode and drive up to my mother-in-law and fucking shoot her. Or I can have him in robot mode and walk up to my mother-in-law and like bash her over the head with the Morningstar. This is clearly inspired by C-Dub Megatron, right?
Yes.
You can tell by the cannon and the backpack. But you could argue this is what they had to do to make it work. But man, he interacts with Prime. He has a whole scene. They interact their final fight in the mini theater mode. So the only real thing that I don't like is when he walks, he like crouches down pretty far to walk, and it looks really silly.
It does.
But
and he's voiced by Frank Welker.
And 40 random people are getting an autographed chest plate from Frank Welker.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's cool, and I don't know how I feel about that because I don't want to see your fucking autograph on my figure, man. Could you autograph the fucking box?
What if it's like an extra one and you can take it off?
No, it's probably not. You can't really disassemble this stuff. If you do, you need to know what you're doing. But I got my pre-order in. All I gotta say. So, what do you guys think about this?
I think it looks cool. His fusion cannon looks a little weird to me, but not completely hateful.
It moves around like when he's in robot mode and doing certain things. It shifts and stuff, which looks really cool. Like it's shifting purposefully.
Yeah.
Based on what he's doing, like how he's shooting and stuff.
I do like how they incorporated 4 tank treads so that he can have, if you did one long tank tread, can't talk.
Trank tread.
Yeah, if you did one long trank tread, on each side, they would have had to do some weird stuff that might not look right. But they did a good job, I think, of doing 4 treads, but not making him look like an H tank.
Right.
He just looks like a big, kind of an A1 Abrams. Obviously not exactly that, but more of a big traditional tank.
Now, and the retail is what? I mean, say he's $1,200. I mean, I'm seeing Grimlock for $1,700 now. I'm not sure how much Grimlock originally retailed at.
I think, his original retail was $1,700, but I think if you did the early purchase, he was like $1,400. I want to say.
I got him at early bird, so let's say it's $1,700. Grimlock is shorter than Megatron. Grimlock, even though he's flagship, he's shorter than flagship Prime. Flagship Grimlock is shorter than Elite Prime.
Yeah, I don't get that.
But I think it might be because of the complexity, and in terms of energy, battery usage. I think with the servos, I don't know. All I know is Grimlock is the world's first transforming robot that goes from bipedal to bipedal.
When he walks, Grimlock, in Dino mode, it looks like does he drag his tail?
Yeah, he drags his fucking tail. He's that Godzilla.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Which was how he walked in the cartoon too. But what I don't get though is he's smaller. He doesn't have any touch sensors, but he's so much more expensive.
I think it's just the parts.
It's $500 more. He's like 40% more.
I think it's the parts. I mean, he's extremely articulated. Nothing he does is goofy looking. Like this Megatron, when he walks, it's obviously their old engineering from their original bots that were in Transformers. That did transform, but they weren't licensed with Transformers yet. This is like
Prime
some of their
kind of
original.
walks like that.
Yeah, this is worse though. This guy really hunches down. He crouches down. He's like an old person getting ready to walk to the bathroom. I think the Grimlock, I think part of that price includes their engineering, the new engineering. I'll tell you right, nothing in that Grimlock looks goofy. Nothing. It is so well articulated in both modes and has so much personality. There's no moment when you're like, like when Megatron starts to walk. And it's something so simple as walking. But, you could see how that could cost a significant amount of money to reinvent how they have their bots walk. And maybe because the MP design for Grimlock translated so well into their approach on robotics that they didn't want to fuck with anything. Instead, they just readdressed its ambulation.
Yeah.
Grimlock walks the best in both modes out of all three so far. That transform.
I'm looking at him walking in robot mode now, and he does look a lot better.
Yeah, he's not just like he looks like my mother-in-law when she starts walking somewhere. It just looks fun. It's
my
funny.
Depends a fool.
If I walk too fast, I'm gonna shit myself. Let me just get secure, clench and step.
He doesn't look that way. I mean, he either looks like that or like a little kid who you're like told to go to the bathroom like 2 hours ago and they still haven't gone. And then they're just like trying to hold it as they go to the bathroom.
That's why he shakes his head when you touch his butt. He's like,
no, I'm wet.
Megatron, I think you should take a poop. And he's like, I don't have to poop.
Nobody commands Megatron.
If I don't walk like this, the poop smushes into me. I'm getting it. I'm sorry. I mean, it's going to be amazing. It really is.
You're probably going to have 3 of them.
I hope not foot, but I hope it comes. I don't think it will, but I really do. I really do hope that they just provide a stand.
You know what's going to happen? Robert's going to get one of them, and it's going to be signed by Frank Welker. He's like, damn it. Now I've got to order another.
Right. And then I'm going to get another one, and it's going to be signed by Frank Welker. I'm like, fuck.
They're going to have the 3 of them.
They're all signed by Frank Welker.
But and then he won't be able to sell it because nobody will be able to afford it because it'll be $3,000 with the autograph.
I'll have almost 10% of all of the signed copies in my possession. So I'm a scalper. But, what I don't get is what is the price of just molding a stand unique to each robot that they've done? Is it really that expensive if I'm spending $1,000 on average?
No. If it's just a dummy stand, not their
dummy
smart stand,
hold them up.
I mean, we could relatively quickly design something and 3D print it for $10 or less.
Right.
Including time in that, So if they mass produce one that's 2 or 3 pieces of plastic, sturdy, it would cost them just a few bucks tops.
I don't get it. And now they have to come out with a new AI stand for Megatron.
I bet they don't. I bet they just reskin that current stand. Maybe put a Decepticon symbol on it. It'll have the same insides, so there won't be much work to it.
Okay, but I mean, it'll have to have different programming though, because that AI stand for Prime has all new actions and music and sounds and effects.
Oh, I'm sure it will, but that's all software. The guts will probably be identical.
Right, because it's supposed to be an Alexa. It doesn't work yet, but it's supposed to be an Alexa.
I think this looks pretty good.
I do too. I'm excited.
Yeah, I still think Grimlock overall, like you said, is the best of the 4 if you count the Elite Optimus. He's just a scaled down version of Flagship though, right?
But I'll tell you what though, there's tons of QC problems with the Elite.
Oh, there is? I didn't know that.
Most complaints are from people who bought the Elite. Yeah.
Do you think they're going to continue the Elite line? You think they'll come out with a smaller Megatron?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think they should. I don't see the point of it.
Yeah, if they would have made the Elite Prime smaller than the Grimlock, or made the Grimlock bigger,
right?
I think that would have been good.
I mean, I don't understand mechanical engineering. I don't know if any of us do, right?
Yeah,
but I don't know how it works. If you design something for the flagship Prime size, servos, all this stuff, we're talking mechanics. It's not just, oh, bend this joint yourself. I know that if you take something and you size it up or down, the joints from the starting point might not work in terms of where you are trying to put it in terms of size. They might not be viable. So was that an issue that they encountered in downsizing their flagship Prime? Was it the electronics? Was it the mechanics?
It could have been
a lot
little
of technical
everything.
problems. Like, my battery's not charging, he's jamming, he won't transform, like a lot of physical problems with the elites.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking, did they just think they could downscale him? And in doing so, did they encounter mechanical issues?
It's definitely possible. I mean, you can get some really small servos and you can do some amazing stuff with tiny electric or circuit boards and small computers or chips. But some of that's extremely expensive.
The only chips I like are in a wheelchair. Justin, what do you think about this figure? You getting it?
No, of course not. It's too expensive for me. So,
is it just the price?
Yeah, I've got family and responsibilities, and I already feel bad enough spending like $300 on fans toys. I 110% know that if I picked up this figure, it's the type of thing that I'd be like, this is so cool for about a week, and then I would never pick it up again. I'd never look at it again. It'd just be in the closet. I'd forget all about it.
But you have to, though, because if you do that, you'll kill the battery. You have to play with it, or you'll kill it.
That's fine. The battery can die. He can be in the closet somewhere.
No, it wouldn't work anymore.
It's Robus and Optimus. It's not your dick, Robert.
You have to play with the figure, or you're ruining it. Like, the battery won't charge anymore.
See, and that's all the more reason why I don't need one. So,
mine's been sitting in its case for a while. I guess I should get him out.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just how it is. I would not find interest in it after about a week. I would lose all interest in the figure, and I just could not fathom paying that amount of money for something that I'm already not gonna have interest in. Like, I mean, like half the things I already own, I pick up and I enjoy them for like a week or so, and then they get stuck on a shelf, and that's like the last that I look at them for a while.
Okay.
So.
Well, you know what changes that? The AI stand changes that, because you can keep them on the stand in bot mode, right? And the charging is designed to maintain its charge, right? It doesn't charge it. It just won't lose charge.
Like trickle charges,
So you turn your AI stand, you sit at your desk, turn on the AI stand, turn on the Prime, and you don't have to do anything with it. You just have your stand there, and Prime is there, and every like 15 minutes he strikes a pose for you.
Like, shut the fuck up, Prime, I'm working.
No, he'll just be like, boom. He'll just change poses. He won't do anything else. He'll just flex for you.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun having him sitting there on your desk. But at this point, I mean, now I got to have a Megatron flexing.
Just wait until they give Megatron his trailer that comes with him too.
And the Datsuns. And then the Seekers. And then the 40 repaints.
Oh, man. If the Seekers don't fly, Scamison.
Can you change Grimlock's eye color? Did I just see that?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Man, they really did mold him exactly after Masterpiece Grimlock, didn't they?
Well, when you and I first looked at this stuff, when we were like, are they really doing one? We were just like, oh, no, it's the MP joints. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
But then we saw that battery pack or something that had a serial number referencing Robosen. And we're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't see any servos. What the fuck? All I see is the gears and hinges and whatever from the toy.
Yeah. Didn't we think that it might have just been a Dino mode Grimlock that walked around? It had like the look of the MP, so it had the hinge look. But it turns out that it isn't.
It looks like they did something similar with the. Is this Combiner Wars Megatron? It looks like they did that here.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of why, like, I don't mind so much because, you know, I popped my cherry on this design aesthetic of Megatron with my 3-0 with the, was it War for Cybertron, whatever that was, you know.
Like at this point, getting Megatron that's gonna actually be a gun is like a pipe dream. Like it's not gonna happen, right? Like,
right.
So get over it.
Takara might do it still, but they're not gonna do it for something like this. So.
Yeah, a tank is a completely reasonable reimagination of G1 Megatron. You know,
right? Because you can drive him around.
Yeah, and he's still a big war machine with a big gun, right? So
that shoots.
Yeah. So
you know.
Yeah, I don't have any problems reimagining G1 Megatron as a tank, honestly. I always thought the gun for Megatron was kind of a weak overall alt mode comparatively. Like you had jet fighters. I mean, you had a fucking cassette player too, but whatever. Yeah, it always just felt weird that like the leader is like can't really do much on his own, right? He's like, Starscream, I know you're a traitor, but wield me so I could shoot at someone. I mean, like, I think he did in some episodes, like fly up and just shoot without anyone holding him. But whatever.
Did either of you play the PlayStation 2 G1 Transformers game? It was only an import. It's not even its release.
It's a
great game. It's very repetitive, but
it's not a great game. Let's not go too far with it. It's a game.
Well, okay. As far as Transformer games go, I think it's pretty
good. As far as Transformer games go, it's not horrible, but
are you quick fishing us, Rich?
Quick fishing? What's that mean?
Quick strike fishing?
No.
It's a great game. It's a 400-pound fucking mother of 7.
I guess I just enjoyed it because it was an actual G1 Transformer game.
That is 110% the reason that I enjoyed it too, because for G1 Transformers, it's like one of the best games that G1 Transformers ever got, you know?
So, yeah. And so if you played, and you could pick a ton of different characters, which was fun, but if you played as Megatron or Soundwave, you know, so if you were like, say, and you could play the whole game with one character. Like I played through the whole thing as Hound because I love Hound and I upgraded him. But you know, as you're fighting in robot mode and you need to get away, you transform into a Jeep and you drive off, right? And you have a weapon in Jeep mode, whatever. If you were Megatron or Soundwave, you transformed into this gigantic pistol. You didn't mass shift. You just transformed into either this gigantic pistol that just floated slowly, or a giant cassette. Yeah,
that played music
that just slowly moved, and when you attacked, it just had this little shockwave or sound wave that came out of it. But it was so ridiculous.
Yep,
that's funny.
I'll find a video on YouTube and send it.
I actually posted the intro to that game. Was like my first YouTube video ever.
That intro is really cool too. That's what I really enjoy. I see. I had a good time with the game. So as far as as far as a game is concerned, like just in the scope of games, it's a shit game.
Yeah.
But
it's one of the best G1 Transformer games that exists. Yeah. The only one that I think could be a possible contender is there's 2 Commodore 64 ones. There's one that's like,
oh my god!
There's one that's a shooter and it's terrible, and then there's one that's like this like endless quote unquote runner where you have to find these little boxes, and that one's not so bad because they at least got the music right. But
it was
what's the Commodore? That's the quote unquote music. One of those Commodore games was a reskin of another game. So there's like one level that's just like a random farm.
Yeah.
That's great in silo. You're like, what the fuck is this? And you're like fighting.
That's the weird one. Exactly. Terrible. Yeah. No, that is not the one. That's a good one. That's a terrible game.
I really hope that's the stage where you're Ultra Magnus.
Hold on. I'll send the bad one. Battle to Save the Earth is an absolutely awful game that I had no idea how you played it. Awful one. There we go.
The NES one was rough too.
Oh, God.
Let's see, is this the good one by Ocean? Yeah, this one was the one that I played a lot as a kid. This one was my favorite G1 Transformers game for a long time. So
40 minutes.
no, don't watch the whole thing. It's a long play, for Christ's sake. Just skip through it. You don't. The Battle for Cybertron, you'll see, or the Battle
I'm
for.
seeing a giant
whatever
green Tyrannosaurus Rex in front of an
Yes.
amusement park
Yes.
playing with parachute yo-yos.
Battle to Save the Earth, you will understand what that game is about within the first 5 minutes of playing and be like, this is fucking dumb. And you would be right.
Oh,
It's
T-Rex
fucking dumb.
versus a space shuttle with a bunch of flies. Okay.
It's weird. It's weird.
What's this one?
But
Let's hear
that's
some
as
music.
good as we really got, honestly. So.
Dun, 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 dun. Was that Iron Man? Oh, he turned into a truck.
I
Oh
love
my
the
god, I
sound
played
that's
that song
coming
so
through.
much.
Oh, that's bad.
It is bad, but it's one of the best G1 Transformers games we got, honestly.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. We had an idea, Justin.
Is that
That's amazing.
Rich and I were talking about revisiting the idea of posting pics of like the stuff we were talking about. And
Oh, boy.
even if it's too much for you to handle, Rich said he can try to do it, you know. And we were thinking about taking it to the next level. And like we start out on a segment with a pic of what we're talking about, and then it fades into a face swap of one of us onto something. Hopefully it's like a listener photo. Like we ask the listeners to send us selfies, and then we face swap our, I could do the face swap of a listener, but with one of our faces on it, or if something completely absurd and silly. That was an idea.
Well, we'd have to look into that. That's a lot of work, but
Is it a lot of work? It is, isn't it?
it's kind of a lot of work, yeah. There's
Which
ways
is
to make
up
it
to it.
happen.
Rich is up to it. You can do it.
Mhm.
I could try. I can't find a long play or any play of Megatron. It makes me real sad.
Do you spend any time with your girlfriend, Rich?
I do.
Do you take her on
But-
dates?
It's been forever.
You're not even married. Justin, when's the last time you took Bedell on a date?
Last Wednesday.
You fag.
When's the
My
last
wife-
time you took your wife on a date?
My wife? I don't fucking know. I mean, when I take her, I gotta take the whole family. See, wait, Justin, I don't mean with the family. No kids.
No.
See, yeah,
Just
he
us
has two. He has two sets of normal grandparents. That's not fair.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. I have zero.
No, I don't. We don't
They're
talk.
not normal.
We don't talk to any of the grandparents, either side.
Used to be you just drop the kids off in baskets on the front porch.
I wish.
You get a babysitter?
No, they go to an event Wednesday night, so we drop them off, and then we're like, all right, peace out, see you later.
Oh, look at that. That's good. That's good.
Uh-huh.
I mean, with me, if I want to take my wife somewhere, she wants to take everybody, including her mom. So it's like I don't get the credit for taking her on a date. You know, like Thursday, I took her to Ocean Casino in Atlantic City, this fucking Spanish tapas restaurant, and everybody.
Did you just say a Spanish topless restaurant?
tapas?
Oh, okay.
Tapas, like little plates of food. It was like $600. It was not a cheap meal. And it's like I got no date credit at all. You know, I took her out to another dinner than the night before, a really nice place called Oyster Creek. Really amazing food, but everyone had to come along. So no date credit at all. And we're driving back from Jersey yesterday. And Scarlett says, Mom, Billie Eilish is performing in New York City. Tickets are going on sale in 2 days. Can I go? And I was like, well, honey, you have to go with Mom. Why? You're only 15. So Mom can go with you. You know, you're still a kid. I don't want you going into Manhattan to a fucking, Billie Eilish concert with your friends. So you're going with your mom. Your friends want to come, they can, but your mom's going. And then it all of a sudden becomes an attack on me. Well, Rob, you want to come? And I was like, hell no. And she was like, why don't you want to go? And I'm like, because I don't give a fuck about Billie Eilish. And she's getting angry at me. I'm like, dude, We don't do anything together. I'm like, I'll do anything with you. I don't want to go to Billie Eilish. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, did you come to the Metallica concert with me and Scarlett last year? And no, because you thought it was loud. And she's like, it is loud to you because you don't like Metallica. Like, that's the point. But still, I got in trouble. I got in trouble because I don't take her out on dates, even though in the week. But she just opened the door and stared at me. She's staring at me right now. I'm not lying. It wasn't what?
I found a tiny bit of Megatron in his gun form in that game.
She says it wasn't because she doesn't like Metallica. It's because I didn't buy her a ticket to see Metallica. I distinctly recall asking her, do you want to go? And she said no. Do you want to step up to the mic? Nothing about your mom. Don't make her. She could have come to Metallica. I would have put a fucking mop on her head. She could have pretended to be a headbanger. Anyway, I just got into trouble again. Meanwhile, I get no date credit with my wife. 0. Even though I take her out a lot for expensive things. But because the kids and the mother-in-law come, it don't count as a date. So my hat's off to the both of you. Anyway, I got into trouble. That's hilarious. All right. And speaking of which, it is now 1 in the morning. I think we should wrap it up. Listeners, fuck you. You're not. Do we have questions? Rich, do you want to check? Justin, you want to check?
No, I don't have it open.
You lazy cunt. Let me see. Can I check? How do I check? Email?
You go to Gmail?
So send that Megatron footage. I think I found some too.
Ooh. Listener questions. We have listener questions.
We do?
Ryan King. Oh my God. Wow. Hold on. Let me post this.
It's
oh my God.
It's my friend.
I'm so excited.
Ryan.
I feel like, is it new Brian?
It's my friend Ryan. Ryan K.
It doesn't count. Ryan, you piece of shit.
Oh, right. Why doesn't it count?
Right. New Brian. Because you told him to.
I didn't tell him to. You told our listeners to last time, and he actually listens.
New Brian. Hello, Mr. All Hail. Short-time listener, first-time writer. I'm curious. If your house was on fire and you only had one chance to save one thing in your Transformers collection, what would it be and why? Assume your family and pets already were safe outside the house. Also, after your entire collection is gone except for that one thing, would you look to rebuild your collection or just be done with collecting? We've had this question in the past. Justin, do you recall? We've had this question before.
Yeah, I definitely recall having this question before. I don't know what I said back in the day.
Jazz. You said jazz. Jazz.
Probably.
I don't know, but I'm sure you did.
But which jazz?
This question is multifaceted, right? Like you combine. I think when we had this question, I said, do combiners count as one thing? Like if they're all combined.
I say if it's on your shelf combined right now, then it
counts.
Could safely
so technically you could
grab it.
You could run out with 5 toys.
It's one of those, like, as you're running out, you grab something. You have time to go. That's how I read it or how I understood it.
Well, shit, you guys should see this Fans Toys Dinobot combiner I've got on my shelf now.
This is a tough question because, there's things that you look at and you go, oh, man, would I really miss this figure? Yes. But can I go replace that? Yes. So I'm not sure. So for me, figure wise, or one thing for my Transformer collection. That's a good question, actually.
And answer it.
I'm trying to think.
You're gonna save your 700 pages, of course, of what you just got.
But that's several things though, because it's like multiple books.
Well, you'd be like, I'm not that worried. These boxes are saturated in cat urine right now. They might not burn.
But they're already scanned, so I can at least enjoy the scans that are archived.
Pick a figure.
You know what I would probably save? I would probably save my 25th anniversary DVD box set that has, I don't know, 50 autographs on it now.
The question was Transformers.
I thought it was one thing from your Transformers collection. It counts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. There you go.
All right.
And then to answer the second part of the question, would I get back into it and rebuild? Little column A, little column B. I would not rebuild my current collection. I would probably take a break, and then if I still felt the collecting bug, I'd probably just strictly stick with Legends, like New Age, maybe some Magic Square and some MFT sprinkled in to fill things out. But I would not go back in and say, yep, it's time to go back and rebuild my masterpiece collection and my odd stuff and my autographed Transformers boxes and stuff. I would just be like, nope, I'm just going to stick with Legends and be done. So that's my answer.
Justin, what would you save?
I am torn. And maybe it doesn't count, so maybe I have my answer. But I'm torn between either my GoBots Turbo, just because it was like one of my all-time favorite things as a kid to play with, or my G1 Optimus Prime, just because of like the sentimental value of having him, and he got beaten to hell and repaired and all that stuff. So I don't know. It'd have to be one of those two, and 110%. I'm in Rich's camp. I would mostly not rebuild. If all the masterpiece stuff went away tomorrow, it'd give me a reason to not buy any more of it, honestly. Right. But I would 100% go back and try to get every New Age thing that I lost, because I get so much more fun out of the New Age stuff than the masterpiece stuff anymore. That's like masterpiece, I'm finishing the collection, right? Like New Age is the thing that sits on my desk and I'm like, these are freaking fun, Right.
You never like look at your MP figure and go, let me just grab that and turn it into.
Exactly. Like I used to do it with MP10 Optimus Prime, but it's like nowadays, like I fucking love Fans Toys Jazz, and I transformed him into a Porsche, and like I'm like, oh, there's some Rich is like, there's some stickers for like, well, I better just stay as a Porsche until I can get those stickers, like.
Right.
Because I'm not going to reapply them. It's like, it's not fun to flip them back and forth. So.
It's like getting a Lego, like a big Lego figure, and then being like, I built it.
No, I'm going to disassemble
let me smash it with a hammer and then redo it. It's like not fun.
Exactly. Yeah, and then like, except in the Lego's case, at least I can, unless I lose a piece, I know it can go back together. Whereas like, Fans Toys Jazz, I move something the wrong way and something breaks. I'm like, well, that's that, like. So, yeah, no, I like 100%. I'd go after all the Legend stuff again, but I'd be completely done with MP, and I would not go out of my way to like rebuild a G1 collection that was lost or anything like that. Like, I'm good. So
I would save, if it was one figure, I would save MMC Azalea, because that's who I named her after, and she loves Azalea, and her heart would be broken if that figure was gone. So that's what I would save. And would I rebuild? I wouldn't rebuild. I would just move forward. I would keep collecting, but I wouldn't rebuild.
Yeah. What would you collect?
Just whatever's. I think realistically, whatever's coming out, I would keep it up. I just wouldn't go back.
Like Transformers, or something else.
Same shit. I would just keep going. I'd keep my addiction going. Maybe I would get the Robosen Grimlock again. I think I would want that. But everything else I could let go of. But I think I would get the Grimlock. He'd be my buddy. We'd be alone for a while. And then I would slowly just keep hoarding. That's what would happen. But I wouldn't go back.
So you're telling me that you would not go back and rebuy a fourth Quick Strike from TransArt?
I might get another Quick Strike.
I gotta replace all three of these.
You know what? Those things would survive. I think I could go back to the rubble and they'd all be there. Like, yeah, fuck you. You still got us, bitch.
So I know Ryan, and I know he has a considerable collection, a quite impressive G1 collection. Not just figures, but Ryan is a big merchandise collector, like all the old G1 stuff. Like
you recently bought a bunch of Dick stuff, right?
No, that was me. G.I. Joe
you
Dick
bought
stuff.
the Dick stuff. Okay.
Yes. So Ryan read us back. What would you save, and would you rebuild your collection?
Yes, this is a good question.
Tell
I'd like to know
us.
that.
And then also include another question in your
Another question. All right.
Give
So
us
what's
another
next,
question.
Robert?
Ooh, he's the new MP collector.
Oh yeah.
But he's the true nerd because he collects weird shit. He's like, this is the diaper that Frank Welker wore when he had to work 36 hours straight and had to shit and piss in it while working on the movie. And I got it autographed with his penis while he stuck a pen in the penis hole. All right. We have another listener question. We have two.
This is so weird. So weird.
Eamon Anthusis. That's not your real name. You are a fantasy novel fan, and I dig your D&D name. Hey, y'all. First, love the podcast. I really wish you'd record more episodes. Listen, dude. I wish you'd send more listener questions. How about that? How about, you want more episodes? We got one listener question from you. This is our 666th episode with one. We're beating you out. Okay, second, how do you guys fight I guess he means the urge to collect everything. I have been collecting for my entire life and seriously don't know how to focus my collection. I have mainline, legends, and masterpiece. I like aspects of each and don't think I choose only one to collect. The problem is that I have so much that barely of it is on display at the moment. Right now, I try to buy what I like, which is still too much. Finally, do you think that Fans Toys prices are getting out of hand? I canceled so many pre-orders because of the jump in price. I don't think I can justify over $1,000 for Devastator. I know Superion and Menasor are close to that price now, but I've already invested most of that money. Thanks for everything you do. I'll email again soon. You should, Emine. You should. All right, so what do you think, Justin?
So for me personally, I fight collecting everything because I have a family and I feel increasingly guilty about buying for my own self.
I don't know. I think Bedell must be really ripping into you every week.
No, it's not so bad, but I definitely I've had Fans Toys, and it goes hand in hand with Fans Toys. I'm like, I fucking love Fans Toys, right? Like I adore them, and then I'm like, holy shit, this Viper is how much? Like two whatever, and then oh, the last piece is like 3 something. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I just took my kids and wife on a trip to a water park for 3 days for less than one toy is gonna cost.
It doesn't count as a date.
I know that doesn't. That was last Wednesday, Robert. Stay with me here. Come on. But yeah. So it's I just find it I don't know. It feels bad, and it's Fans Toys. The prices are out of hand, and I'm with you. I can't justify that price on Devastator, especially when I'm happy with my Toy World / Zeta Toys first attempt. I don't feel like I need to replace it. I would be getting it just because I'm a Fans Toys fan. So I'm in on the end of Superion. I'm in on the end of Menasor. I'll probably be in on other combiners, but at this point, I'm at the point of I just don't need to replace everything in my collection. So I'm just trying to figure out, for me, it's a lot of what am I happy with? What doesn't need to be replaced because it's good enough. Honestly, as much as I think that X-Transbot's Wheelie, their Ollie, is kind of a shitty figure, he's fine, he's holding up fine, he looks like Wheelie. I don't know if I would get a Fans Toys one, honestly, because I would expect for a tiny figure it's still gonna cost me $110, right? And I'm but I'm happy with what I have. He looks great on the shelf next to what I've got, so I'm okay. So yeah, that's kind of how I kind of have started focusing myself, and definitely again going on to the legends are more fun to play with than Masterpiece anyway. I've gotten out of the habit of that looks cool, I'd like to mess with it, because take the Dreamstar toys that you're messing with, Robert, they look cool as hell, but they're a nightmare, right? Like, so yeah, I'm just be wasting money on something that ultimately would frustrate me. And yeah, I can just finish up my masterpiece collection and then focus on having fun
Yeah,
with some legends.
you can always make more money, Justin.
I can also die too. So, you
See,
know,
so what are you worried about money for? You're gonna
uh,
die.
exactly. I know I'm going to die, but at least I could die with some money in my head. So we'll be good. We're good. I don't need every single thing that releases. So
What about you, Rich?
So I get that urge to, it's easy to see cool stuff and want to collect everything or something from everything that you really like. I love G.I. Joe. I try not to buy G.I. Joe. I love Destro. He's my favorite character from that franchise. So I collect some Destro stuff, Destro figures. I pick things up here and there from G.I. Joe, but I really resist the urge to be like, okay, let's get these ultimate figures or let's get these classified figures. Like I think I just have to like pace myself and think about, do I really want this? Do I really want to collect everything? Or do I need to try and focus? And that's where I've kind of focused in on Masterpiece. I'm getting into Legends, but I can already feel like that can turn into, too much of everything. Like, do I need a Legend scale and a Masterpiece scale? I don't know, but it is a tough thing to do. And I think the best thing is to, I don't know, pace yourself and figure out what actually works for your budget. I can also say getting older, my sensibility has changed in that I think more about retirement and the future. And then that, of course, plays into the cost of things and how much you're spending on your hobby. Disposable income is disposable income, but that could also be saved for the future. So it's like, do I spend an extra $500 on these things, or do I throw it at my mortgage or throw it at my 401k or throw it at some stock, or you know what I mean? So it is tough though. I get that. Like I bought on a whim, I bought an Ultimates Lion-O, an open one at a local toy store. And I was like, okay, this looks freaking cool. I should get a Mumra to go with it. And then I'll stop. That's it. And now I'm already going, man, I see the Thunder Tank on sale. And that thing's not only expensive, it's massive. And I'm like, I gotta stop somewhere. Like it's not easy. I will say that. The collecting bug can get to you. And then, I got into this, like the oddball stuff, not just like, vintage G1 cool stuff that wasn't a Transformer, like the merchandise stuff. That stuff's really cool. It's hard to find. But then it's like you get into these things like the storyboard I just bought.
Dick stuff.
And the G.I. Joe Dick stuff. And that's cool. And it's a niche thing for sure. Like, if you say, hey, did you get Fans Toys, Ultra Magnus? Well, yeah, anybody and everybody can get that, right? Anymore. But when somebody says, hey, did you get that storyboard? Like, wait, what? Those don't show up very often. They're production material that was discarded after use. Like the job's done. We don't care. Toss it in the dumpster, So
Dumpster
that
stuff.
Dumpster dicks. But that stuff
Discarded
gets expensive and hard to find too. And so yeah, that part is tough. And I think there's a cycle too. Like for a while I was doing Chug, and one of the things I actually enjoyed about Chug is the replacement thing. It's like, oh cool, I've got this cup, like Titan's Return cup. Yeah, he's a headmaster, but he's a really nice cup, and you're like, this is cool. And then it's like, oh, Studio Series cup came out. This is way better. Well, let's replace. Now I've got a new Chug cup. And then it's like, oh, the Bumblebee version of the same figure is painted better or has better color on it. So you replace again. But then that actually got old to me. I'm like, man, I've had this Optimus from whatever line for 2-3 years, and now there's a better one. And I think that Hasbro kind of knows that, and they build that into, hey, let's release a really nice hot rod, for example. Again, Titans Return hot rod, great figure. And then they're like, but here's Studio Series 86 hot rod. And you're like, well, shit, this one's way better. And it's like, will they come out with like a premium finish for the 86 movie 40th anniversary in a couple years? Who knows? But I actually got kind of sick of that and started to realize that, man, I've got like 5 of this character Chug version that are just sitting in a tub somewhere. And that's when I did a big, just take my extra stuff to TFCon Chicago and then TFCon Orlando and do a big sale. And, selling old stuff, selling vintage stuff is pretty solid, but selling stuff like Titans Return or even, Energon, Armada, it's hit or miss. Especially now you got new versions of stuff coming out. And it's like, that Vector Prime, I think the original Vector Prime was better in pretty much every way. But there's a lot of people who are like, but it's not $60 better, which is, I don't know what a vintage one goes for. I'm just pulling that out of the air. But, so then you start looking at things like, now this vintage Cybertron Vector Prime doesn't sell for shit. So I might just be getting my money back that I spent $20 on, back in early 2000s, and I just sold them again for $20. Yeah, maybe that sounds fine, but it also is kind of like, what would you?
You're not really getting your money back.
You're not really getting your money back because $20 now isn't $20 then. It's with inflation, it's nowhere near that.
$2.
What's that?
$2.
Oh yeah. And you also have the other problem of things like, I don't know, Fans Toy or X-Transbots did an Ultra Magnus, and it's like, this thing's great. And then it's like, Fans Toys is doing one. This X-Transbots one is shit. And nobody wants to buy it now. So now it's like, now you're actually selling it for less than you bought it.
That's freaking awful. Like the Ace Toys, like Cliff Jumper, it's like,
oh my God.
Like things like that, like, and then like when you try to sell it, it's like, even when you like tried to be reasonable with your asking price or whatever, someone's like, well, will you do it for this with free shipping? I'm like, so like basically you want me to pay to ship it to you? Like, no thanks. And selling, you're gonna give me just enough money for shipping, and then I'm just giving it to you. I'm like, nah, that's not happening.
Yeah, and selling is a lot of work. That's a whole other topic. Like selling 1 or 2 figures, not a big deal, but selling like a collection, or selling like, hey, I'm out of Armada, let's sell all Armada, or all Chug, or it's a job. It's a lot of work, whether you're doing it at a show or on eBay, or you take it to a vintage toy store, and most of them have a policy of, if we're going to sell it for $10, we'll give you 5. Mm-hmm. No negotiation, flat out the door, which it's fair to have your policy up front, but you might be taking a bath on that, but maybe it's worth it to save all that time and effort and headache. It's a cycle, I think, too.
A cycle?
A cycle of cycles.
Can I just say something? Let me just give my 2 cents here.
You should.
We are addicts, and the only thing that will stop you chasing the dragon is if you hit rock bottom. Period. The only time you will realize, what am I fucking doing? I need to stop something, is if you completely run out of space or you can't pay your bills. Mm-hmm. You're an addict. Period. We're addicts. And that's the only time you will stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Otherwise, dude, we're on this joyride together, bro, and we're Thelma and Louising off a cliff. We are fucked. We are addicts. Period.
And I'll say too that collecting can be, when you start to get a lot, it can be borderline hoarding.
Yep.
Yeah.
So and as far as the Fans Toys prices, it's getting tough. But a lot of things have jumped up in price with regards to, even like the official MP has gone up considerably.
Right. I mean, but the thing about the Fans Toys price, Fans Toys has its reputation of being the pinnacle. This is the only one of this character you will need to buy, right? But because they've gone so mainstream to an aesthetic, at least to collectors like me, other third-party companies who do MP scale that are stylized are now causing me to buy both Fans Toys and the stylized version, which is the addict in me. But,
Yeah.
but the thing is, I am thinking Fans Toys is pulling one over on us because they're enticing us to pay all this money on 3 combiners before seeing whether they can succeed in one. Because that means they can't. It's telling me their combiners are going to suck, and it's going to be too late. And they got you.
Yeah. Well,
That
the only thing I can say is at least each of the individual bot modes will be fun. So
yes, absolutely.
Oh my God, we got another listener question.
And thanks for Robert. You didn't answer that question.
I just did. I said we're fucking addicts. The only way out is rock bottom. That's it. That's it. I am swimming in figures. I buy triples of things that I don't even want. Oh wait, is there a PS? Hold on. PS. Ignore Bobby. I love the TMT Bumblebee figure. What's TMT?
That's I know what he's talking about. I can't think of what TMT is.
Is that the Cybertronian one?
That's the Cybertronian one. Yeah.
Not the most posable, but definitely feels premium and looks great with Optimus. Okay. Yeah. And are you all on Instagram? Would love to see any pics of your collections. Thanks, and have a nice podcast. Thanks, New Brian. That's New Brian? Wait, did I? That was New Brian. That wasn't New Brian. Yeah.
Did you just read two people and merge it into like one thing?
Yeah. I think that was New Brian in the PS. All right.
Yes, I am on Instagram. It's just T2RX6 on there, but I haven't posted anything for a while. So feel free to peruse.
I am not on Instagram.
All right, we have another question, but listen, Bobby. Well, Bobby's the first person to tell you that his opinion is just his opinion. It's not the be all end all of nothing, and he would love to have a discussion with you about it. But don't bother him because he doesn't want to hear from you. But the fact is, he's just a regular person giving you his thoughts, and you could feel completely different.
And
it doesn't matter. It's how you feel.
Yeah. I would say on any reviewer, I look at reviewers and I have my favorite reviewers. I watch a lot of Bobby's stuff, and I don't always agree with Bobby. And the reason I keep watching Bobby is I appreciate Bobby's thoroughness. I appreciate Bobby's format. And I think Bobby gives things a fair shake on many things. But when it comes to opinion, it's like, well, Bobby doesn't like simplified cartoon aesthetic. I love it. Yeah. So I go into his videos knowing that, like, I can tell ahead of time when I see just a robot mode pick or something that I can go, Bobby's going to hate this.
Yeah.
But I don't care because I still appreciate Bobby's work and I appreciate his thoughts on a lot of things. And I appreciate him going through, articulation and all that. And when it comes to build quality, I think you can rely on people like Bobby to be like, hey, this is shit. It's shit. That's not something that Bobby's going to go, well, I think this material could be better. And you look at it and go, it's fine. He doesn't do that. He's like, this is shit because it's shit. It's flimsy or it's, the paint's flaking or whatever.
Yeah. So he can do a good job with that stuff. I mean, I just think I like watching his stuff. I like his approach because it's the most normal kind of, I'm watching somebody who I'm in his shoes. This is how I'm experiencing a toy. And I want to see what it's like, it's that simple, but then you have, what do you think about it now? His opinion can be different than mine, but his experience with it is very similar to my experience with it.
Yeah.
I mean, and the big thing is like, that's the beauty of reviews, right? You find people you like, and then you don't, just because you like someone doesn't mean you agree with them all the time, right? Like, and you don't have to, but you understand the types of things that bothers them or that you would not have an issue with, and totally fine. Like, it works out that way. You find these reviewers that how to interpret their opinion based on how you're going to look at it and then go from there. So.
All right. Next and last question. We've had 3 today. Can you believe that? From
That's awesome.
Nick Lord. Gentlemen, I trust this message finds you all well.
I'm actually getting over being sick, so thank you. Yes.
As a long time stem cell treatment will do that to you, man. Plummet your
I
immune
know,
system.
it's horrible. It's horrible.
As a long-time listener, well back in the Shattered Cast days, and first-time corresponder, I just got to say I do look forward to my fortnightly dose of mayhem you guys provide. A lot of passive-aggressive comments about how often we record, but I digress. I need a question. So, is anyone keeping up with the new Skybound comic? I've only seen bits and pieces, but it seems like they're at least doing their own thing with it so far. Getting individual issues down here can be a pain in the dick, too, but I'll probably have a look at the trades when they start to appear. Anyway, I won't keep yous, but I appreciate the efforts. Representing the international audience from New Zealand. Oh my God!
Wow,
cool.
nice.
New Zealand.
That's
oh
very
boy!
Cool.
That's very cool.
So one thing I would recommend possibly is if you're out on any of the groups like the Realm of Collectors, especially, a lot of good people on there who I'm sure would probably be able to happily hook you up with going to the comic store, grabbing some issues, and making a shipment every few months or something to you if that is something you need. I think there's plenty of helpful people out there who will do something like that. Just as a first of all on the note about the comics.
Do you think his name is? Do you think Nick Lord is short for Nick Lord of the Rings because he's in New Zealand?
Oh, I see what you did there.
Maybe.
Nick, write us back. Is it a Lord of the Rings thing? Are you a
know.
hobbit or an elf?
Or a troll?
It's always the Lord of the Rings thing. So I have not watched or read these comics.
Just can't read.
No, I can't read. It's true.
I think of all of us, I think Oscar was the one who was getting into them and reading them. So
he's in jail.
Yeah, I will probably read it when there's trades that come out too. So, like my Transformer problem back in the day, I had a comic problem too that I was still getting comics from the comic shop that was in my college town, and I think I had like 14 or 15 bags of unopened comics. And I'm like, I don't even know what's in these fucking bags anymore. Honestly, I have no clue. And I just I had to cancel them all. I'm like, I don't have time to read all these comics anymore. I just don't have time. They're taking up space, and I'm paying for things.
How old?
It was probably 5 years ago.
Oh, you're too busy masturbating to the Victoria's Secrets catalog?
Exactly, yeah. And picking out which stem cells I wanted. But anyway,
that was a healthy blow. Let me scoop that up and mail it to the doctor.
So anyway, yeah, I just kind of backed out of all comics in general, and I just tend to only do trades. But I've heard that it's a decent comic, but nobody I know that reads comics is reading it besides Oscar, and he's in jail. So
at the doctor's office, they would say, "Do you have your sperm sample with you, Mr. T2RX6?" And he'd be like, "Yes." "Do you have a spittoon?"
It's right here. Hold on.
So Mr. Lord of the Rings, I think you should rewrite to us after Oscar is back. And I bet Oscar at that time.
I don't think we're going to be around in 20 years, dude.
We hope it's only 9.
Right.
It's 9 to 20, but But I think Oscar will have I think Oscar is reading them. And if you write us back again, you will get a fair and thorough discussion on the comics.
Oh, look,
I will say this
May
about the comics.
2024, Volume 1 of this set of comics releases in trade paperback form. So I'll look out for it.
Trade paperback is releasing. There you go.
Yeah.
I will say I do appreciate the when you get a good run of comics, how it energizes not only the fandom but especially third party. Like IDW, look at the impact IDW had on toys, even from Hasbro, and on third party. And even like some reviewers who would get into talking about, you know, the IDW stuff and the Lost Light, and these are figures we want to see, and this figure, you know, could be retooled into this, you know, IDW character. And there's a lot of love that media can bring out, and comics are a big format, I think, that can reach a lot of people, and they can put a lot of content in a comic book, you know, that you might not get out of a cartoon, or especially a cartoon like Transformers 1 aimed at a younger audience. IDW had a lot of mature stuff in it, you know, stuff you wouldn't see in a Hasbro made cartoon. For sure.
Speaking of mature stuff, we're coming up on 2 hours and 45 minutes, and we're going to call this show. Please send in your listener questions to Hail Unicron Cast at gmail.com. Also, take a selfie, and we will face swap it and try to insert it. Maybe even if Justin is willing to give us a face swap or two per episode. Maybe it'll be the entire episode image will be you with Oscar's face.
That would be easy.
Face.
That would be easy enough to do. That I would do.
We could do that. Send us your face. Send us a selfie in front of your collection, and we'll face swap you.
And those who did send us questions, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you, and keep it up. We will gladly respond and request further questions from you. All right, with that being said, special shout-outs to Dust Mites for providing the beats for the theme song. Check out the Realm of Collectors on Facebook. You know how to find them. Everyone who followed us from Shadowcast Uncut, we are grateful to each and every one of you for joining us on this journey. And you know who the hosts are. We're not going to go through that again. But have a good night, everybody. Fuck off.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
What a recording.
Oh no.